Why, hello there. It is 1 p.m. EST, and it is time to alert the Discord we are in fact streaming Magic the Gathering deck building content. How is everyone? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all. Oh, it's time, baby. It is time. The day has arrived. KV, my friends, my family, how you doing? How you doing, KV? Awesome, Scott. Awesome. We getting into the spirit, everybody? Y'all about to get a present. Y'all about to get a $2,000 present. Try turning off color correction on my camera real quick. You guys tell me if I look booty. Do I look better without color correction, or do I look worse? Up to y'all. Eyes blame them all. -15. Woo! Hot dog. Yeah, Frank, you called it. What's up, Landoran? Do I look better with or without color correction? I'm going to turn it off and on real quick for y'all. All right, color correction on. Color correction off. Color correction on. Color correction off. What do we like, off or on? It's off right now. Ah, 5 degrees of freedom units. Off's better. Cool. I'm colorblind, so I lack color in both. Uh-oh. We should fix that. I wonder. Hold on. Is it my chroma key? Do I have more color in my face now, and then, like, do I lose color because of the chroma key? Is that a thing? Yeah. This thing is, I'm not very pale. IRL. Got rosy cheeks. I'll ask my wife to fix it later. She can actually, see color. Whereas I am unable. Oh, big stretch. Oh, my lord. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can change the color of my lights. Hold on. Ready? Now we're warm. Ooh. Now we're cold lighting. Ooh. Warm lighting? Ooh. Oh, don't do that. Is that better? Is that better? The warm lighting was better? Do I look normal now? Wonderful, KB. Oh, man. We're about to... What is normal? What is normal? I don't know. I desperately need to drink this coffee. It's a sin. It is, in fact, Starbucks. I ran out of coffee. My wife ran out and got me Starbucks because it's her favorite. The chestnut praline latte is, in fact, out, everybody, in case you were wondering. So. Oh. Cheers. All right, chat. We have two very... Oh, wow, that's good. Wait a minute. Perhaps I've treated you too harshly. That's pretty good. It doesn't taste like coffee at all, but it tastes pretty good. All right, everyone. We're going to start with 3 things today. 3. The first thing we're going to start with today is my love of coffee. One day, I was visiting my grandfather. This is in rural Lexington, Kentucky. Every home in the city, well, village, one story. Very small homes, very relaxing. And my grandfather asked me to get up early with him for the Saturday morning. He wanted to see me in the morning. I'm the only son of this generation, so me and my grandfather were quite close. And at the time, my grandmother was quite ill. At the time. But it was Christmas. So the cheer was high. We were doing well, despite all of that. And he invited me into his kitchen. It's very small, maybe a sixth of the size of the room I'm in now. Very tiny 2-person breakfast table. And I had my first cup of coffee. I'd smelled it my whole life. I was like 13 or 14 years old at the time. Never had any. I loved it. And we just sat there in silence. We didn't say a word. We'd look up every now and then and smile and just enjoy it. And then he went, and I'll imitate my grandfather's voice quite well. My family still thinks it's weird that I can do it. Well, how about we get in the truck and we'll go out, take our coffee with us, and we'll go do some garage sailing. And I spent the morning garage sailing with my grandfather, and you guys are not gonna even believe what I'm about to say. I think most people probably think I'm lying, and that's okay because it's my story. My grandfather bought me a Frank Sinatra vinyl, an actual World War II leather jacket that someone's grandfather had passed away and left it, and my first MP3 player. That and he said that was all he could afford for me for Christmas, was to take me garage selling. He couldn't afford to get me any gifts, but he did have $10 in his pocket, so we could go to Dairy Queen and we could go some garage selling, because he lived on a very low fixed income, and that's what we did. But yeah, back when I was 13, that's what $10 got you at a garage sale, and that was pretty great. It was incredible. Blainable, their chocolate foam cold brew. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I love the smell of coffee. I love it, Ethan. I know, I'm enjoying the vibes too. Good morning, Earl Maid. Yeah. Starbucks is a good... I think Starbucks is an amazing dessert. I would never go there if I actually want coffee. But they're awesome dessert. Dunkin' decaf. You know, there's a company that sells only decaf, and apparently they're really good. I just ordered from them. I'm very excited. Sounds like you in 40 years. Oh yeah, Frank. Oh yeah. It was the best Christmas ever. 100%. Yeah, KV. So that was the last Christmas I got to spend with my grandparents, so I cherish it a lot, which is awesome. That's a good thing. It's not like a sad story. But now, when anyone ever asks, a doctor, a therapist, a friend, says, where's your happy place? It's at that breakfast table having coffee with my grandfather. And I am reminded of it every Christmas season. Just amazing. I'm so thankful to have had family that made me feel so welcome and so close like that. And I know so many people don't even have that experience in their life, and I'm just cherishing that today. It was amazing. The walls were that really old flowery wallpaper. All the cups were white, coffee stained, old ceramic, or not ceramic. Is it ceramic? Yeah, I guess ceramic. Real tiny ones, you know. Something my grandma definitely bought at like a thrift. Bobby. Hi, kitty. Hi. Do you want to say hi to stream? Yeah. Okay. Wait. Coffee aged in whiskey barrels? Earl made? Oh. Oh, Earl made. I will let you know how this is. I will buy some tonight. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, Earl made. I'll let you know how this is. I'm going to buy some of this tonight. This looks incredible. Okay. Chat, that was the first thing I said, right? Second, we need to talk about the decks y'all been sending me to build. Because for a while, we made some pretty normal decks. But we have 100%, like, we have delved straight back into degeneracy. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You guys, there was a form sent to me that literally only read, I want it to be evil. No commander preference. No color preference. Just no Eldrazi. Just the whole form. And I delivered. You guys have been pretty unhinged lately with the decks. It's pretty crazy. So, I have an announcement. Some of you may know what the announcement is already. But it's what we're going to spend a little bit of the first half hour or so of this stream covering is the announcement. I hope you are all very excited. But I want to know before I announce this, does anyone have any good Christmas present ideas? What'd you buy people this year? I bought my father a watch for Christmas. I bought my wife some socks, like fuzzy, cute ones, you know, that women like. I got my mother and my sister tickets to go get massages What have y'all been buying your friends and family for Christmas this year? Oh, that is incredible. You got a puppy? Oh my gosh. What is the breed? What is the breed of dog? I must know. Oh, I have already received my Christmas gift, and I can show it to you guys. Oh, a blue corgi. Oh, that's so cute. This was my Christmas gift I received this year. I will zoom in real quick because it is small. Boop. It is a 2006 original Evangelion watch from Citizen. And then it's got Asuka from Evangelion engraved on the back. Hold on, see if I can get it. There you go. You can see her there now. Got Asuka engraved. And then it's got the Nerve Intelligence logo. They're not expensive. This wasn't like an expensive watch gift. Normally, I think when people hear I got a watch for Christmas, they think like, it's an anime watch from 2006. No one cared about it. But it meant the absolute world to me. So this was incredible. You doing some last minute shopping? You're not last minute shopping. The first week of December, not last minute, totally reasonable. Yep. I only own Citizen watches. So I've gotten 2 as gifts, or 3. I've gotten 3 Citizen watches as gift. I got one when I got married from my father. For my first anniversary, my mother-in-law gave me this one. It's an Eco Drive. And then this one for Christmas this year. And then I've only ever bought myself a watch one time, and I bought this one at a consignment store. And not a single one of these was over $300. Oh, nice, KV. Yeah, I got my dad a new knife for Christmas. I got him some nice new knives. I did the same thing. Oh, Logan, yes. Anything Evangelion related. Hit me up with some Ava stuff. I love me some Ava. We'll definitely do an Evangelion watch party on the Discord one of these days. That'd be incredible. All right, everybody. I think it's time we do the reveal. Oh, this is a good knife. I've got one of these. I don't actually remember the brand's name. The name of the brand was on the clip, and I took the clip off. But very nice, and also the sound. I love that. Yeah, exactly. The quality level of a Citizen watch for the price is insane. And if you're a weeb, it's even better because they're made from Japan. Terra would not be a good backup commander to Celeste WikiWing because, as I explained in the YouTube video, if you go watch it, or in the stream from Tuesday, Celeste is the combo piece. So it does make Celeste very necessary. Does that mean you can't run Terra? No. But I will say that Celeste is pretty much the main thing. I'm really glad you like it. What's up, Goku Dragonheart? How you doing? Life's amazing because y'all are here. That's how life is. It's awesome. I'm so happy to be here right now. Life is very good. I'm very thankful. No matter how much adversity comes our way, whatever stress happens, I'm just thankful that I'm here. I love it. I love all of it. Life is good. All right. All right, y'all. It is time. It is time I revealed what we're doing today. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for 2 months, the Deaf Cat MTG live streaming experience has been upgrading itself. We have consistently been showered by the community in so many things. Our moderator, Earl, made designing a color scheme and an entire environment for the stream to live in, giving us amazing structure. Look at all this. Vivid Studios, we hired to make this awesome animation series behind me. Oh, there we go. This awesome animation series. Vivid Studios. Great job. Our amazing moderators, Malacrosis, Soul, keeping the community together, and with Earlmate in a huge effort, and Malacrosis, boyfriend Spiral Eater, helping us keep track of decks. But let's be honest, you guys, we weren't keeping good track of decks. There was a lot of decks. I grew too fast for what I knew. And so, in October, I dedicated $2,000 to building something that I thought would serve the community. I spent every dime I made that month, every dime I made from Patreon, to make sure I could give back to this community. Sadly, due to some medical complications, though the person developing this with me that we paid the money to ended up not being available to launch on December 1st as promised, even though it was finished and we had done everything. Thankfully, they are healthy, they are okay, they are back in their home today. And ladies and gentlemen, I gift to you and personally present over 100 hours of work, deafcatmtg.com, the Deck Vault. Welcome to Premier Deck Handling. Everybody, in this deck, you get to have your own profile. Enter the vault and log in with your Patreon right now. Continue with Patreon. Allow. You will now log in, not having to do anything, hold any... Oh God, did you see that? Did you see that? I'm so excited. I can't keep up the facade. I'm freaking out right now. Like, we pressed a button and then automatically all of your data from Patreon immediately signs you in and you get a full catalog with your decks. And then, oh, what's that, Deaf Cat? I would like to sign in and then submit my decks. Oh, look at that. I'm the admin, so I can't submit decks, but you guys can. Now, when you go to your account, you are credited every month from the Patreon, and you receive credits to submit decks. We will have a store that's being currently filled with more items. The Commander College, which is my guide series, will be early for all patrons on the website. And we have its own search functionality, baby. And yes, we do have light mode and dark mode. Ooh. Did you see those transitions? It's pretty cool, right? And then, of course, the vault with bracket level changing, everybody. Oh, is your submission... Blainable, are you still currently a Duke on Patreon? Yes, Scott, right now we are waiting on the developer to make sure that all of the decks are currently sure should not be shown to anyone but patrons. But at this moment, that is not fixed. So we on the stream are going to make a quick chat and make sure we log every single issue this website has right now on stream as a community and make sure it gets fixed, because this is the day one launch. So do I think Celeste is better than Terra? Technically speaking, yes, just due to the fact that Celeste is a combo in the command zone innately. But I like the play pattern of Terra more. I think the play pattern of Terra is way more fun. Okay, so the first thing that needs to happen. Are we already in dark mode? Oh, that was dark mode. Okay. Got it. So we have visual bugs. We have a small flash of light during the light to dark mode transition. And then we have oh yes, we need to properly tag decks. So accounts. Decks need to be properly tagged for each person. It'll be, it does not show your CODIS deck. Yeah, got it. Okay, we're good on that one. We got decks need to be tagged to correct people. Yeah, visually it's amazing. So, feedback. Positive feedback. We'll do a positive feedback. Smooth, clean look. What is up, Samson? Ooh, Samson, you're up today. I was working on your deck this morning. I was cleaning it up. It is. I'll paste it. It is literally the most easy to find thing ever. What is up, Valoronian cheese? Ah, Frank. Frank being shown as Duke tier, or as citizen tier, even though they are a Duke. And then access bugs. Decks currently publicly available and need to be only for Dukes. Yes. Name searching will be mobily tagged. Cool. Oh, visual bugs. Good, good. On mobile website, sandwich menu, hard to read in light mode. Oh, yes. Everybody, we do have an amazing update for you for Prism. We also have that, which I'm very excited to show you. Earl made and another community member who you guys may already know, I don't know if they want to be announced yet, are partnering with me to make Prism. We're going in as 50-50 partners in the project, and we're going to be submitting it to Wizards of the Coast as a panel and as a production and we are trying to make Prism something that the community gets to know. We are going to have a public Discord launch very soon, as well as frequent updates and content until its full release. Awesome. Easy to find decks. And then profile page is awesome. Tiger Lady, none of your decks are showing up, and your online name is Queen Red, right? Tiger Lady, no, you're not Queen Red. What is your Discord name, Tiger Lady? Having issues selecting more than one color when picking a color or theme. Deck submission issues. Oh, Phoenix Rising, Doi. None of your decks are showing up, Phoenix? Right. That's because your name has the underscore in it, and so the auto detection system simply did not see it. And so that is one of those things where we just need to make a syntax change to make it tagged correctly. What is up, Mad Maverick? We are officially on launch day. We have the DefCat website for the Patreon after so many trials and tribulations. I'm that dude Scott. The blue in profile settings is purple, and it's bright and doesn't work. That is really funny. That is, I don't know why that's such a funny bug. The blue in profile settings is purple and does not work. I don't know why that's so funny to me. And white is off color. White is off color. Thank you, Mad Maverick. There is no button that tells me to wean. How to wean. Yes, Samson. So right now, we are working through some syntax errors through Moxfield. And so I'm going to be going through with the moderation team and manually fixing those things for now until we solve the syntax error with Moxfield. That is the current plan. Yeah, white or gold. I agree with that. I'm colorblind, so if this is about color, y'all are up a creek with no pants, let alone a paddle. Had to throw a southern one at you there. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Thank you, Samson. I'm glad you enjoy it. This has been a lot of work. Great, yeah. Deck submissions. I'm pretty sure we can pull that data, Frank. Can we have a date for when we get our next credit, and then a button to purchase an additional credit early? And then right now, as you guys can see, there is a very important thing missing from the top here, and it is the calendar. We are having issues with the calendar function, so that will be maintained on the personal calendar that I've made for the Discord for now, but soon it will be on the website. So, calendar under construction. Alex, quick question. Should we, quote, the people in the list you sent on Discord, see our new submitted deck in the website now? No, you will not until after stream. Basically after stream, I do like a cleanup for an hour. I sit at my desk and I check through. I make sure I add comments and anything else that was asked of me during the stream, so I know that the deck is final, and then I submit it. The visual bug. The Deaf Cat's deck vault is visually over top of the vault button on tablet view. Thank you. The Deaf Cat's deck vault is visually over top of the vault button on the tablet view. Yeah, I like that. So this is, we'll do a suggestion tab here. Suggestions. Rename home to search, or just make home just a home page and keep searching to the vault. Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, when I've got it thinner on my screen. Yep, you're right. Look at that. Making sure I didn't get an important text from anyone. Okay, we're good. I can put my phone away now. Yes. Yes, Ethan. I am all on this. Also, yesterday, so many of you left paragraphs upon paragraphs of feedback for the channel. Thank you guys so much. Like, to use your time for that means so much to me. Thank you. Thank you, Scott. What is up, Gray? Yes, the website is up. Yippee! Any suggestions for the website and or positive feedback? Oh, Shaylee Ray Collins, to prevent burnout, I have instead been offloading all my other work so I can focus on decks. I never want to turn down a deck submission because that is what I want to be doing. So I have hired 2 editors. I've contracted and I've hired. The other one is offering. I need to text them back. She has offered to edit for me, so I'm very happy with that. Oh, Corona, thank you so much. Or Kuranoa. Is that how you say it? Kuranoa. Kuronoa. You're welcome, Kuranoa. Thank you. I'm glad you like my content. It's fun. I got a lot more of it coming. I've been working hard. Such a relaxing day. I love Christmas. By the way, I don't know if you guys knew this. My last name is just Christmas in another language. Little fun fact about me. Are we able to sort decks by date release? That's my biggest gripe with Moxfield. You can that not already happen? I thought that was already a thing on Moxfield. Oh yeah, Frank. I was in the dark with you guys. I thought I had a ton of solutions, and it's been like insane how much stuff has come up. Getting sick, losing the sponsors for the show, the website getting delayed. I wish I could have been better. I'm so sorry. I didn't know what to do with everything that was coming up. Wolfie Memo, is it appropriate to ask for the deck you kindly offered to remake back for me in September? It is still on the table. Yes, it is the Orzhov one. Absolutely, Wolfie. Please message me on Discord so I can put it on the calendar. Thank you for letting me know. A tab for my decks, so you can get them easy. Suggestion, great idea. A tab for just my decks. I like that. We'll just blame Sol. No, not Sol. They're the most patient person here. They've been waiting on their decks the longest. Aiko, very nice. So exciting. Thank you. Ethan, I assumed which one was yours by the way you described it. Most likely with getting sick. Yeah, Wolfie, please send me one right now, and then I'll put it straight onto the calendar while we're sitting here. You have my fullest attention. Ooh, Ernest, that's sexy. That is sexy. That is awesome. Yeah, my deck's on the homepage. Love it. Or add my decks. And a button on the homepage to my decks. Love it. Love it. What would be a commander or archetype for a request you'd particularly enjoy? Firestorm, thank you for asking. I have been really wanting to make 2 decks lately for patrons, and I've been kind of shocked that I haven't received it. So as many of you know, many of you know, we have been bombarded as a Magic community with Universes Beyond releases, right? There was inside of me a small but important cry for help when I saw the release schedule. And so I humbly ask you, dear viewer, Firestorm9989, I would love to create a Magic deck about Magic lore. I would love a deck where you tell me who your favorite Magic character is in the lore, and you have me make a deck about their lore so I can focus on the Magic story for once. I've made so many Universes Beyond commanders lately that I would just love that. Random featured deck. Ooh! Shaylee Ray Collins! That is a wonderful idea. That is so cool. The daily free deck? That's... Ooh! Daily free public deck. Only free for that day. Ooh! I love that. And maybe once we have a lot of decks, we can make that more than one. Anti-exile board wipe deck. Ooh, pocket. Nice. The deck of the month. I think a featured deck too. And a this week's winner deck on the homepage. The website does not show me as a patron member, even though I logged in with my Patreon. Is there something else I need to do? Enslow. That is a strange bug. If you are currently logged in, what I'm going to guess is that the Patreon API has not been... thank you, Wolfie. Has probably not been refreshed. So we're gonna access bugs. Some people, or I'm gonna say many profiles not reflecting Patreon tier info. Okay. How can I see the back of some cards, like Terra 5-color commander? Oh shoot, you're right. I never even thought about how I'd program that. Dude, the statistics page, though. Come on. That's pretty cool. Try using the submission name, Shayla Ray Collins. But if not, fear not. We are updating the entire website tonight manually to make sure everyone has their decks. Ico, yes. Making sure we can link the stream they were shown in. Very good. And then visual bugs. Cannot see backs of cards. I linked it. It is the pinned website on the top. This website will be Patreon only in the next 24 hours. Today we are just showing it off. Not by choice, due to a bug. It'll be Patreon only tomorrow due to a bug. It should have already been Patreon only, but some issues with the website. Oh. Wait. What? Oh, I got like a... That was so strange. My computer said, by the way, your viewers are watching an ad. I was like... That was odd. Okay. Yeah, I was like, out of nowhere, I was like... What in the world? Oh, maybe it's adding an advertisement for... Oh, it's adding it in the VOD. That's what it is. Oh, also, by the way, moderators, you guys are going to get to have some permissions on stream soon, which will be great, that I've been working on. Goku, I've been trying to build a Phyrexian deck built around Phyrexian domination. I love the lore of Phyrexia. Yes. Please request that. Oh my gosh, I would love to build that. Yeah, dude, YouTube Premium's the bomb. A feature for tokens. We would love to see tokens for the decks. Jay, what is your favorite part of Magic the Gathering lore? I thought you'd never ask. Let me take a slig of my coffee before it's cold. Let me let that question sit for a moment. What is my favorite part of the Magic the Gathering lore? My favorite part. Let me close my eyes. Let me really. I remember the story for the first time hearing of the Eldrazi, that they are these beings from the blind eternities, and that to us, we are like fish in a pond. The fisherman puts his hand down into the water, his fingertips breach the surface, but to us as fish, those fingertips are like giant aliens in front of us. And that is what the Eldrazi truly are. We are barely seeing the fingertips of what their true form is. And behind them in the blind eternities is something much more. One of my favorite things I've ever read in the Magic the Gathering lore. I love the hive mind, the incredible nature and fear of the slivers. And if you guys have ever heard of a little commander named Yisan, little Yisan over here. So, Yisan, the Wanderer Bard, if you're unfamiliar, is my favorite Magic the Gathering deck. So, Yisan, the Wanderer Bard, was once a sliver. Did y'all know that? Yisan was a sliver. Suggestion for the mana curve, have it color coordinated. Oh, that'd be cool. I like that. Have the mana curve be color coordinated. I love it. So, one day, the Sliver Menace was near where they were, where Jaya and a bunch of the members of the Weatherlight were all camping out. And at the time, Yisan was with the brigade. He was there with them. And while he was working alongside the Weatherlight crew, they were captured and made into slivers. Upon being ripped out from the hive mind and saved, and returned back into regular beings, Yisan maintained the hive mind's harmonic skills, still able to communicate with beasts. And that is why he is now the Wanderer Bard, because he maintained the ability to control other creatures using the vibration slivers use as the hive mind. How is that not one of the coolest things in all of Magic the Gathering? Can you imagine that having been in like a, you know, that should, that's so cool. That's so cool, man. Like, that's so cool. It's just so awesome. You know, chat. It's just so cool. Would Nazgul be good for Terra or Celeste? Definitely Terra. Yeah, Terra Nazgul would slap. Yes, we did talk more about slivers. I'm sorry, about Prism. They're a little more interesting than the Borg, I would have to say. I have not read the full Stormlight Archive. I have only read the first 3 books. Oh, nice Serpenting. I love Risk of Rain 2. So, yes, the Prism Serpenting. We are doing a hopeful presentation at one of the Magicons with Prism. And we are also going to be launching a public Discord for it soon, as well as we are going to be offering beta tester licenses for it. Yeah, I'm going to start collecting the old Magic novels. I currently collect the Dungeons & Dragons novels. Here's one of them on my desk. I've been trying to get the hardcovers. So, a little story for y'all on that. Let me pull up a picture for everybody, so you can see just how much I love the books. It'll be a post photo I made on a fan Facebook page. Let me find it. Shouldn't have been too long ago. Oh, was it that long ago? Oh, dear God. When did I post? Oh, never mind. I just don't think it's up on my Facebook anymore. Never mind. It's just old. Anyway. I don't have the photo, but I own a little over 200 Forgotten Realms novels. And the most I ever paid for one was $3.50. I have been searching used bookstores for the last 4 years. I've been to every single used bookstore within a 100-mile radius of me 4 times each. I go every year during a single month. Me and my wife do something called the book crawl every year, where we go to every used bookstore within a 100-mile radius. If you guys don't know this about me, I do not buy new things. Ever. I am a thrill seeker. I love the thrill of the hunt, as it were. I loved shopping used. I've never purchased a new instrument in my life. Every instrument I've ever played is either a gift or used. And so, you know, my thought process is that new things should always be gifts. Buying yourself something new should be like a rarity, you know, either a gift to yourself after something big, or gifting someone else that, in terms of like non-essentials. And then the only other thing I would ever buy new, because it's important to, is technology. You shouldn't buy used phones and things like that. But all the phones I do purchase are refurbished, so I guess technically used on my phones. But like I have the Z Fold phone, right? One that opens up and stuff. Got my logo on it. I got this used for $700, refurbished, instead of like the $2,000 it launched as. And I just waited a year until someone put one used on the market. One thing I'll say before we get to decks today, because we do have a long stream, so we have a lot of time to get through the decks. I was going to make a video about Magic collecting. You gotta have shiny. Yeah, it's understandable. Even the cross I wear is damaged. I got it damaged. I was thinking about making a video recently about if I accomplish something, being allowed to, basically financially, me and my wife would agree on, once I achieve something, that I would get my dream card in Magic, whatever my dream card was. I already own it. I honestly, and it's not, I mean, it's expensive, obviously, it's my dream card, but it's not remotely as expensive as other people's dream cards. It is the Judge Foil Yawgmoth's Will. Let me show you this. So I bought it at $550 near mint. So as you can see, I got a pretty good price for it. To get it near mint. This is probably one of my favorite cards in all of Magic the Gathering, if not my favorite. But in terms of a dream card, this was it for me. And earlier this year, when I casted the largest competitive Commander tournament ever held, still to this date, I got to host the largest tournament ever put together. I was the head production as well as the head caster for that event, and it was kind of my last hurrah in the CDH scene before I moved on to my casual videos and things I do now. And at that event, I went to my friend's store. My friend Josh owns The Gathering Place. It's my favorite card shop. And he had one for sale. And I texted my wife and I was like, hey, I just achieved my dreams in competitive Magic. This was it. This was my peak. I think it's time for me to get a little treat. She agreed, and here we are. Yep, I could find it. It's in my collection somewhere in my bag right now, but as we all know, it looks terrible on my green screen. So, in my play space area right now, you do not want to see it. It is so messy. It is so full of so many things I was using to make thumbnails earlier for videos. But yeah, it was really cool. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It is time that we show some commander decks. Let's do this. Let me change out what I have here. Oh, the perfect timing with the music change and everything, baby. It is December 5th, 2025. Death Cat Magic the Gathering stream. Everybody, let's get into the decks today. I'm not going to cry. Hold on, I can hold it. I'm good. I'm not crying. I'm good. My happiness will stay inside my body. I will not cry. Hold on. Woo! Ah. I'm good. I kept it in. Ooh. Yes, there's a list of people being shown today. So, today, we have Be a Good Neighbor, Chuzix, Fish, Leaky Peach, Samson, Akideo, Jay Juan, Board Text Box, and Silence. That is currently what is up on my screen. And then we had one that got delayed for Frank, as I realized one of the combos I put in this morning does not work. Oh, we have more decks. Hold on. We have more decks. They got placed in the wrong thing in Moxfield. Uno momento, por favor. Some of these decks got put in the wrong bin. Hold on. I'll get you guys the list in text format in just a moment. Okay. Yep. Jay Juan, Akideo, Silence, Samson, Leaky Peach, Kasaki, Fish, Chuzix, Board Text Bot, and Be a Good Neighbor. That is who we have up today. Those are the decks that, after my polishing review this morning, were good to go. Oh, all these decks will be available once the website refreshes at midnight. The website refreshes every night at midnight. Ethan, what was your name? Was it just Ethan? Let's see if it just got lost. Catch up Mega Stream. Oh, I'm saying that's what we have time to get through in this stream today. Is your name being on the list means the decks, you're getting your deck. I'm just talking about it getting on stream. Because next week we're gonna be streaming a lot. Esh Money. That's amazing, Cronoa. thank you so much. Very excited for your requests. I don't see the name Esh Money. You said you saw it on Discord or on the calendar? Oh, Sir Trekkie, I'm sorry, you weren't added to our Prism meeting. Adding you right now. Sorry about that, bud. You've been added. What? Oh, AVC, you've been... Oh, no. Someone's been muted on our chat that shouldn't be. Oh, gosh. Community moderation. User management. Is it... Oh, no. Let me fix this. Someone's been banned on accident. Oh, that's so strange. Huh. That is so odd. Oh, it's terrible. Okay, we'll have to figure out that later. Odd. Sorry about that. Yeah, someone got muted by accident. That's so strange. Yeah. Oh, the name's Ethan. Okay. Let me look at what deck you had, Ethan. Let's see if it just didn't make it past the review process this morning. And then we'll be starting here in just a moment, getting into the decks. All right, let's see. Ethan. Leaky Peach, Frank, Silence, Board Textbot, Connor, 8-Bit, Sir Trekkie, Ethan. Ah, there you are. I got your deck up, Ethan. Sorry about that. Uno momento, por favor. December 5th, Ethan O'Brien. Dreaming Duelist. There we go. Sorry about that. Ethan, I have your deck. You are good to go, bud. What's up, Ziggy? This list is on the calendar on the Discord. But do not worry, this calendar will be on the website, hopefully, before next week. That way this doesn't happen again. Okay, everybody, let's do this thing. Let's get into our first deck. We'll start with Ethan, because I already have Ethan up here. Ethan, welcome. That's the thing, is they're not on... Are they banned? Oh, as DMR. Huh. That's the thing, is I don't even see... That's so odd. Oh, Nanbeard, yes. We have a couple things. Yeah, send a DM for now on Discord. We did a big design document for any bugs already, but I'll add to it for you. Okay, so welcome everyone. Send your opponents to sleep with persistent fairies with O'Brien Dreaming Duelist. Everybody, let's get into this. O'Brien Dreaming Duelist, flash, flying, whenever another fairy enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life. This is the sneakiest, snarkiest, rudest little fairy deck you've ever witnessed. This deck was inspired by a deck that I put together for the Nitpicking Nerds gameplay channel when I was first doing their production. So this was inspired by the deck that I built back then. You gave me full fun, so I decided to take that deck and push it a bit further. And I delved more into what would make this deck be consistently fun to win at round 6 to 8 during a game of Commander. So let me finish off my coffee here and we'll get started. So, O'Brien Dreaming Duelist is going to constantly be dealing damage to our opponents. And the reason I wanted to make this deck as well, Ethan, is this is going to be so heavily upgraded when the new set drops. So, when we go back to Lorwyn, you are going to get an insane amount of new creatures for this deck. So, it should be really fun. A couple of which have already been spoiled, and you should definitely put it in this list. So, this deck plays at instant speed. Even the commander itself has flash. We talked about this on the Discord earlier yesterday that we're going to start describing decks in 4 different ways. I want to let you know, 1, what should your opening hand look like? 2, what you should be doing by turn 4. 3, what are the combos? And 4, how to win. So, how does O'Brien Dreaming Duelist win the game? That's what we'll answer last. Haha, got you there. What does an opening hand look like for O'Brien? So, our favorite things our favorite card in the whole deck, easily, Bitter Blossom. Bitter Blossom, we lose 1 life and we make a 1/1 Black Fairy road token on every upkeep, and that triggers O'Brien every single freaking time. The next favorite card in the deck is Coat of Arms, because we're going to have a ton of fairies, and Coat of Arms makes them absolutely nasty. Disgusting. So, our opening hands, other than finding those really exciting cards that we really like, should always make sure to have blue and black. You always want to be able to cast your commander. That should be a no-duh moment. But the next thing you want is the ability to re-trigger the commander consistently. We don't want to just have generic random ones. So let's say you just have Mocking Sprite in your hand, a couple lands, and a counterspell. Not a good opening hand, because you'll trigger your commander once, and then you have a counterspell and nothing to do. So we want something like Likeness Looter that allows us to draw and discard and continue to look for using the X. Likeness Looter becomes a copy of target creature card in your graveyard. Reactivate, get more fairies. Very fun. Viscera Seer, scrying, finding more things that we want to retrigger. Displacer Kitten, allowing us to re-ETB our fairies so we retrigger our commander. Another really big thing you want to be looking for in this list, and is my favorite thing to find, honestly, outside of just Bitter Blossom, is Talion. What an amazing draw engine, and triggers the commander. So, a lot of our fairies are also wizards, so Step Through is an amazing secondary tutor for this deck, even at the bracket level that it is. Really love that. And then we're going to want to find cards like Fairy Mastermind, Talion, and Nimrus to keep our hands up. So, what are the combos in this list? What do we like to see? What keeps us like strong, healthy, happy? Outside of just things like Bitter Blossom that re-trigger our commander and constantly deal damage to the rest of the table, including that group slug, Displacer Kitten with anything that draws us cards is incredible. But the big thing about this deck is it is still a control list. We have Tail's End, we have Spell Stutter, we have Losius Sacrifice, Mana Drain, Misdirection, Brainstorm, Sheoldred's Edict. So we are hardcore on keeping our mana open. And that is why we're playing High Fate Trickster. So instead of having concerted combos in a list, a control list of this sort that's a group slug list is actually not about gunning for combos. It's about gunning for the correct value pieces that ultimately overwhelm the board. High Fate Trickster is a key part of this, as it does give all of our spells flash, and itself is a fairy wizard. Very awesome. So, evidently, what we like to do in a list like this is find Sapphire Medallion, find Water Crystal, find, like we said earlier, things like Talion, and that is really what is more important than gunning for combos in this list. It keeps us fresh, and then by turn 6 or 8, we should have cast probably 8-9 fairies and done 10 damage to our opponents while also swinging, at minimum. And then on top of that, if we're lucky and or we kept a good hand, we've also been dealing 1 damage every single turn with Bitter Blossom and then swinging. But ultimately, to win, we need cards like Coat of Arms to pump our team, or we need to have successfully used cards like Patchwork Banner, Aether Vial, Herald's Horn to overwhelm the board with enough fairies to control the game and swing out, while consistently dealing damage to everyone by re-triggering our commander. One of the best ways to do this, obviously, is Displacer Kitten. Every time you cast a non-creature spell, you flicker fairies, they re-enter the battlefield, and you deal damage to everybody. Pretty hype. I really enjoy it. I think it's one of the most fun group slug decks that I've played that doesn't feel annoying for my opponents. So we'll do a quick play test here. We got 1 land, but we have a Viscera and we have a Sapphire Medallion, and the rest of our hand is pretty low to the ground, so we can actually keep a 1-lander here. So we'll play Command Tower into Viscera, and then we'll scry 2. Oh, Scene, thank you. Honk. Thank you, guys. So we found a land, but it is sadly colorless. That's a little rough. The good thing is, that's fine. We have Sapphire Medallion. So we're going to bottom this card. And, oh, thank you so much. I'm glad. And we'll put Mutavault here on top. Next turn, play Mutavault. Bing, bing. Sapphire Medallion. It definitely, I think there is a world in which we play Aether Vial here instead, because this will eventually cast Brazen Borrower and Talion for us for free. I think we do. Yeah, unironically, we cast Aether Vial here first. Oh, Samuel, thank you so much. Yes, I actually, one of the decks today doesn't have Soul Ring. That happened. That happened even today. Oh, Serpenting. So happy. Andrew, thank you so much. So the Aether Vial here, the reason we're picking this up and the reason that Aether Vial is a more core part of this deck is so many cards in this list reside in the 2 to 3 CMC field. And so on our upkeep next turn, we're going to put a counter on it. So we'll go to our next upkeep, add a counter. Now we can tap it and play any one CMC creature from our hand for free. Sadly, we don't have anything, but we actually do. What's that? For 2 mana, we're going to bounce. Oh, it's an opponent's control. Never mind. I thought I was about to be really cool. We're not doing that. We just have to play Sapphire Medallion. That's okay. Cavern of Souls, Naming Fairy, blue-black. We can play Obria out here if we want. We'll add the counter to Aether Vial, and then we'll just wait until next turn, and we can either flash in Brazen Borrower, flash in Obria, or use Tail's End. But what I suggest here is, because we have 3 mana and 1 less for blue spells, 1, 2, 3, bonk, Talion comes out uncounterable this turn, and then we'll say we'll draw 1 card from Talion. From here, now that it's turn 5, we can start setting up our board presence incredibly. We have Aether Vial on 3, which means Brazen Borrower is now free to play. We have an uncounterable commander into a free Brazen Borrower, and evidently, we should be getting some more lands down the line here, but even without the lands, we're sitting pretty. We're doing good. And then we also have Snap, Tail's End, and Delay, all for 1 single blue mana once we have more blue mana sources to use. So what I would like to do is, instead of playing Obria here, before we play Brazen Borrower with our Aether Vial, there's a little bit of a trick we can do. We can actually snap Fairy Seer back to our hand and untap 2 lands. So for 1 blue, we'll play Snap, and we'll also tap Cavern of Souls for blue. So we're going to float an uncounterable blue mana that can only be used on creatures. We'll cast the Snap, and Fairy Seer will go back to our hand. And then we get to untap 2 lands. We'll then use an uncounterable blue mana, Fairy Seer, and we'll scry 2. We don't want this right now because we're low on lands, so we're going to use that and go to the bottom of the library. Before the Viscera Seer enters, technically, we can cast Obria as well. And so that way we get triggers from Obria because Fairy Seer came in, and then they lose life. So that's another way to use this. And then Aether Vial, Brazen Borrower comes in, people lose life again. That's the gist of this deck. The hard part about showing you this deck live on stream is it is a control list. So right now I'm just kind of showing you how to set up. Yeah, fair. Oh, if you are even remotely interested in fairies, buy them now. They're going to get very expensive soon. There is an entire set based around fairies coming out next year in the spring. Buy fairy cards right now. 100%. Okay. Ethan, I hope you enjoy your deck. Thank you. Adding it to our patron decks. And that should be on the website tonight. All right, everybody. Oh, whoops. Did I hit backspace by accident? There we go. Silence. The water. The Watcher in the water. Oh, Lorwyn is going to be incredible. Lorwyn's going to be absolutely incredible. That is the one set I might actually buy. I have not opened card packs in a hot minute. Like, it's been a bit. I think the only packs that I have opened of Magic that I purchased myself was when I purchased a box of Foundations in order to confirm that there was in fact mapping. So if you guys did not know this, the collector boxes for Foundations are mapped, so you know where the anime card is. It's always in the back 2 packs. Do not purchase loose packs of collector Foundations. I don't know why anyone doesn't talk about that. I literally confirmed it myself. And I also opened 3 set boosters of Final Fantasy that I got for half off. That is the only sealed Magic product that I've opened myself that I purchased with my own money in the last year. Got it. Thank you, Ethan. Landoran says, Defcat, do you think it's possible to build a Bracket 3 Lorwyn themed deck that isn't just a Kindred deck? Absolutely. Absolutely you can. Lorwyn is one of the coolest decks to make Enchantment Matters decks in. If you want to look for another theme within Lorwyn. Do I play pre-releases? It's kind of a sad story. I actually really like pre-releases. But as I talked about in the video on my channel a couple of weeks ago, I suffer from some pretty serious anxiety disorders. Like I don't have like social anxiety. I don't like, obviously you guys hear how I'm talking right now. I don't have like regular social anxiety or something that you can just like go get like tested for. I do have PTSD. It sucks. And so in crowded rooms, sometimes I can get pretty overwhelmed. And at the last pre-release I went to, I got very uncomfortable to the point where I actually had to go to the bathroom and throw up. So yeah, I really wish I could enjoy events. It's something I struggle with a lot. That's why at church I work up in the tech booth due to that struggle. It's a bummer. I really like pre-release. So my friends are really awesome, and they do thankfully bring me a pre-release at home, and we get to do it together around the table, and it means a lot that they do that. It really do means a lot. Yeah, I've been through some pretty scary accidents, and so sometimes events can trigger some pretty awful physical reactions. I sadly cannot take anti-anxiety medication due to having schizophrenia. I tried different medicines for 9 years. I did sleep studies, you name it. Yeah. Yeah, Sam, you've known me for some of that stuff that happened. Oh my gosh. But a little window into my life without making it like depressing or anything. Don't worry. I'm not gonna sit here and like trauma dump on you guys or something. Not that you should ever not trauma dump. Trauma dump. That's a good thing. Tell your friends about what's inside you. Don't hold it back. But I'm also just streaming, so like let's chill out a little bit. You know, we're relaxing here. But sadly, some people in my life did not go what we would like to call the straight and narrow. And I tried to be there for them, stay by their side, and work through their problems with them. And some of them have now, sadly, found themselves in prison due to some pretty awful stuff that I had to be there for, as well as make sure that they stayed behind bars for doing. That was rough, pretty difficult. And I think what it did was it just ingrained in my brain some pretty big jitters. Or not my brain, in my body. Like I just have like physical reactions to certain sensory stuff, and a lot of things like pre-releases can really trigger that in like tournaments and stuff. I was at a tournament in Georgia playing Rogsai, and a guy next to me yelled "Judge" like at the top of his lungs. Like, it's funny, I get it, I love yelling "Judge" too, but it was at that like level of volume that I just started shaking and I couldn't stop. I could barely drink water. It was so embarrassing. Oh my god, like my body just wouldn't listen to me. It's so embarrassing. But yeah, I don't know what to do about it, so I'm living with it. Yeah, ketamine helps a lot with schizophrenics, 100%. It didn't make me feel good. Ketamine made me feel like crap, and I got really underweight when I was on it. It was rough. I was like 40 pounds underweight when I was on it. It was bad. You remember what I look like? You guys have probably seen old pictures of me. I'm thin. Ugh. Not good. All right, let's get into this deck, everybody. Silence the Watcher in the Water. One of the coolest creatures in all of the Lord of the Rings legendary creature lineup. The Watcher in the Water enters the battlefield tapped with 9 stun counters on it. Whenever you draw a card during an opponent's turn, create a 1/1 blue tentacle creature token. Whenever a tentacle you control dies, untap up to 1 target Kraken and put a stun counter on up to 1 target non-land permanent. This thing slaps. It is awesome. I freaking love this deck. It's so cool. So I was asked to make a really evil deck with this thing, so I did. It is a full-on control deck that eventually, as many of you may have guessed already, upon being evil, slams Coat of Arms, and you kill everyone with your tentacle army. What's a pound in ancient units? A doubloon? Wait, kilogram? Oh, I get what you're saying now. 40 pounds underweight would be like what? Like 18 kilograms? Ooh, Banner of Kinship. I do like it here. I do like it. I think that's one you need to test. I think Banner of Kinship is really good here. But it may be overly winning. Kilograms is actually newer than pounds. Oh, huh. The more you know. I think we already have so many ways to win, we may not need it. But I think that's one you want to put in testing. I like that. That's a really good call, Sir Trekkie. Especially in this deck. So let's talk about opening hands. The Watcher in the Water is 5 CMC and is the most important part of this deck. You need to get it out first. So, one of the most important things we added to the list. Oh, sorry, I forgot to take out a card. Where is it? My bad. Where is it? Hold on. What in the world? Ah, right. No? Right. It was, yes, yeah, wizard class. Okay, good. We got that for water crystal. So, one of the most important things that you want to find in your opening hand is something that does help you put out your commander. So that would be Sapphire Medallion, Soul Ring, and anything that draws you cards like the One Ring, and any of the other card draw effects are super important. So if your opening hand only has creatures, put it back. The Watcher in the Water is meant to be the first thing you want to play in terms of creatures, almost always. So generically, we are in mono blue, so we want things like Mystic Remora, Rhystic Study, Unstoppable Plan in order to help us get there. But in the end of the day, we just need either a wheel or card draw or mana in our opening hand. That is all we care about. So combos. The biggest thing about this deck is on turn 4 or 5, we're actually already setting up a combo. So when we talk about making sure we know what's going on with the deck and we know what we want to do by turn 4 or 5, we want Watcher in the Water out by turn 4 or 5 at minimum. At minimum turn 4 or 5. So the Watcher in the Water needs to be out, and then we want to do everything we can to get Fairy Master of Time, Consecrated Sphinx, Fairy Mastermind, Ledger Shredder, Nezahal, any of these creatures out in conjunction with Watcher in the Water. And then, if you do not find a creature, we have the backup of having things like Brain Surge, Consider, Deliberate, Born Upon a Wind, Blue Sun Zenith, Brainstorm, all of these amazing things. Because it says, whenever you draw a card during an opponent's turn, create the 1/1 creature token. So, Brainstorm now says draw 3 cards, put 1 back on, and then put 2 back on the top of your library and make 3 tentacles. Pretty freaking good. And so that is a really big part in what makes this deck bang. How to win, being obvious, is the coat of arms swing out. But another big portion of how we win is the fact we've got giant Krakens. We have massive Krakens. Yeah. So, very fun. We are going to be constantly untapping Watcher in the Water with the whenever our tentacles die, so we can get our giant 9/9 Kraken out, if that wasn't clear enough by now. And then, on top of all this, and clearing the board and being consistent, we also have Shark Typhoon. Yes, it's not just 1 tentacle per turn. Yes, it's every time you draw a card on an opponent's turn. Yeah. Very good. It's that you can tell how strong that is now. And you know what? This guy said I can be flexible with the budget. He gave me $1,300, but I think we're gonna hit him with the old remove an island, put in a mana vault. Now that I'm looking at this, let's be evil. Why not? You know what? You know what? I was already debating this too. I don't want Flow of Knowledge. I want Lotus Petal. I like mana. Why not? Let's just do it. Let's just go for it. Wanshin? Nah, it's still a good card. Triskaidekaphile is an extra win con? Nah. Laboratory Maniac is an extra win con? Nah. Chrome Mox. Mox Diamond. What's that? Power and Toughness of Islands? Nah. Let's just put in more mana. Let's be honest. Get an extra land in there. We want our commander out. It's just too important. I was trying to be average with it, but they told me I'm allowed to be evil. I'm just going to be evil. All the manas, baby. All the manas. So, another combo in this deck is we are running Manamo, School of Water's Edge. It says untap target legendary creature. That includes, or legendary permanent. Our commander is tapped with the stun counters, so it helps us remove those counters off our commander, and it untaps the 1 ring for us to draw extra cards. Heck yeah, baby. All right, let me do a quick play test for you here. Oh my lord, if we had a land in this hand. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. So good. That's okay though. Let's get over to the playtest environment. Whee! Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty good. All right. We'll draw for turn. We'll play an island. We'll play a mana vault. Turn 2. We'll play this new card from Avatar. 5 mana. Watcher. Put those stun counters on it. It's got 9. Alright, next turn. Lose a life. Mana vault stays tapped. Play an island. Remove a stun counter. And we have multiple ways to draw on other people's turns. Pretty good hand. It's not bad, you know. Whatever. We'll actually play the Cephalid Coliseum. Sorry. On our opponent's turn, we will pay 3 and play Thirst for Discovery. Draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard a basic land card. 1, 2, 3. We'll make 3 tentacles. 2, 3. And we'll discard this basic land. Not bad. Next turn. Minamo. Oh, dear God. Dude. This hand. Remove a stun counter on upkeep. Oh my gosh. On our opponent's turn, pay 3 mana. Frantic Search. Draw 2 cards. Make 2 tentacles. Discard 2 cards. Untap up to 3 lands. Oh my gosh. We'll discard 2 cards, this island, and the Curse of Swine. And then untap 3 lands. And then while we're on their turn, because why not, we'll preordain. Scry 2, draw 2, and then draw 1. Oh, I want both of these. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're drawing. We're drawing. Unscoppable plan. Make a tentacle. Oh, what's that? Consider. Draw a card. Make a tentacle. Oh, what's that? Our opponent's about to draw their second card per turn? Fairy Mastermind. Draw a card. Make a tentacle. Remove stun counter. Land pass, guys. Actually, we'll play Unstoppable Plan. If we want to. Why not? Oh, what's that? That untaps our mana vault? Oh, what's that? It removes a stun counter from our commander? Every turn? Yeah, why not? Why not? You know? Why not? Yeah. Yeah, why not? I'll also play this, Psychosis Crawler. Next opponent's turn, remove a counter. Untap Mana Vault. Next opponent's turn, remove a counter. Next opponent's turn, remove a counter. Whatever. Draw an extra card due to Fairy Mastermind. Tentacle. Turn 6. I guess I could play a Nezahal Prime or a Thought Reflection. Dog. Dog. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. This should be illegal. This is so awesome. Oh, what was that? What was that? Our commander's on tap? Yeah, I'll smack somebody with a 9/9 Kraken. This is fun. I'm currently having a lot of fun playing this deck. Silence, I hope you enjoy your deck. Thank you. Let's add it to the database, officially. Signed, sealed, Patron decks. Congratulations on your deck. Board X'd box. You asked me for an Elesh Norn Mother of Machines nasty deck. You asked it to be the most disgusting one I could make, but you also said you like token creation. So, I made probably one of the most straightforward, absolute slap the silly string out of your friends Elesh Norn deck possible. If you guys don't know Elesh Norn Mother of Machines, they say Vigilance. If a permanent enters the battlefield, causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Permanents entering the battlefield don't cause abilities of permanents your opponents control to trigger, shutting them off. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a card that has been printed recently in a set that made this deck very scary, and that card is in fact Heir Apparent. When this creature enters, create a number of 1/1 white rabbit creature tokens equal to the number of creatures you control named Heir Apparent. Boom. A deck can have any number of cards named Heir Apparent. So I have 17. That number may go up depending on how much we play this deck. But the idea is that every opening hand should in fact have a heir apparent. Case in point. But not needed. And I feel like a lot of people who play heir apparent decks think, oh, my opening hand has a lot of heir apparents, I should keep this. No. What you should be looking for is card draw. You want Esper Set. You want Deep Gnome Terramancer. You want Archivist of Ogma. I don't know why Flicker Wisp was in there. That was from an old thing. You want Archivist of Ogma. You want things that draw you cards. Secondary to drawing cards, you want mana. We want Pearl Medallion. We want Mana Vault. We want Soul Ring. We want the One Ring. That's what we want. We want the Wedding Ring. And then, if you're feeling cheeky, if you really want to make sure your friends know you got business, you can snap keep Authority of the Consuls and it will always work out for you. This deck is also rocking a Deafening Silence. It says each player cannot cast more than one non-creature spell a turn. Ooh, Sarima Spacecraft work here. Let's give it a gander. Oh, I spelled it wrong. I spelled it wrong. I'm going to get it this time. There we go. When it enters, search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that works. That works real good. Someone get this mana Coke. Yeah, that works. If I could... I can't spell this. Double creature tutor for 3 mana. And there are, in fact, 2 legendary creatures you instantly snap, go grab, which is Odratak and Mondrak. And if you can't get those 2 legendaries, you want to go get Delny and Odratak. Okay. I think this deck would be a little funnier to play rather than to tell you how to win, because revealing the win attempt on this one is a billion times funnier from honest to God. So we talked about making sure our opening hand had card draw and mana and not just heir appearance. So let's take a look at this. This hand only has 1 white mana. That means Grand Abolisher cannot be played. We do have Shrine to Nykthos, and we have 2 heir apparents. Not bad. Whoops. Scene. Thank you. One day I'll remember that. So, it only has 1 white mana pip, and then a Shrine to Nykthos, and then the Grand Abolisher over here. This hand is a little complicated, because technically we have card draw. We do have Reprieve, which is really good, and honestly, totally worth keeping for. But it's not consistent card draw. But we actually do have a ton of mana in this hand. And the reason for it is, as long as we get 1 more land within the next 3 turns, which is very probable, these heir apparents now also act as mana due to the Shrine of Nykthos. And if we get enough mana to cast a Grand Abolisher, that's 4 pips for Shrine to Nykthos to give us money. Big monies, baby. And also, of course, Smothering Tithe. So this hand, although a bit awkward, does still contend with the stipulations we gave this. So, let's give it a whirl, everybody. Draw. Awesome. We do, in fact, get a land. So, I'm going to show you this. We're not going to play it this turn, but it does enter the battlefield. We can pay 3 life, and then we can use it. We don't want to pay the 3 life, because we have nothing to play on turn 1 anyway, so we'll let it come in tapped. There you go. Get another land. And then we're going to be casting our Grand Abolisher. That'll become apparent. Haha, why in a bit. Next turn, land, Soul Ring into Smothering Tithe. Amazing. We'll add a treasure on upkeep of each one of our opponents. Go to our turn 4. So, this awkward hand now is abysmally, just like unbelievably oppressive. We have done crime officially because we are going to cast for a colorless and a white a Heir Apparent. This Heir Apparent with a colorless floating now would create a 1/1 rabbit. But because that we have 3 treasure tokens, we wait on this Heir Apparent. We do the smart thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. Otter Pirate, very glad you like the website. For more information, we talked about it a lot at the beginning. Very good. Get the hair part. Yeah, it's pretty good, right? So, Elish Norn now means when things enter, they trigger twice. Right? So, what we're going to do is if we tap Shrine to Nykthos here, and we go treasure, treasure, so we use 2 of our treasures, and we tap Shrine to Nykthos, we'll make 4 mana due to the white pips we have up here. So now that we have 4 mana, we can cast Heir Apparent. Heir Apparent for 2 mana, go down to 2 white, make a rabbit. But that happens twice, and it says whenever it enters, create a number of 1/1 rabbit tokens equal to the number of other creatures you control named Heir Apparent. So we just create 1 more. And then we're going to use the other 2 mana to cast the other Heir Apparent, and we're going to make 1, 2, 1, 2. Boom. Why would it make 0? It says when this creature enters. So it's already on the battlefield. Oh. Other creatures you control name Heir Apparent. Thank you. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, wait. That's not how you destroy tokens. So the Heir Apparent comes down. Second Heir Apparent. There you go. And we make 2. Count them. 2 Heir Apparents. Or rabbits, not Heir Apparents. Awesome. Next, we're going to have 3 more treasure tokens from our opponents, assuming they don't draw any extra cards. Let's just say they don't like card draw. I don't know. Funny. And then we're going to cast our Reprieve. Return a target spell. When anyone tries to cast something on their turn, draw a card. Cool. We'll play a land for turn. Actually, no, not play the land for turn. We'll play the Felidar Retreat first. Use 1, 2, 3, and tap Shrine to Nykthos, making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. And we'll cast our Felidar Guardian. We'll cast our Archivist of Ogma. Land triggers. And now we will make either 2/2/2 White Cat Beast tokens, or we will put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and those creatures gain vigilance until end of turn. I think we like that. So we're going to put 2 +1/+1 counters on all of our creatures. Boom. Yes, we do have Skull Clamp in here, indeed. And the mono white cloud was a thought. It is in the considering section. Very smart, Sir Trekkie. Very smart. All that triggers, and now all of our creatures have 2 counters on them. And they have vigilance. Oh, you're not a creature. Putting us at a solid 6, 10, 14, 20, 24, 28 power on turn 5. It's not bad. It's not bad. With an insane amount of mana. And now, there's literally nothing we could draw other than Lotus Petal that we don't want. Anything we draw, a land, a creature, anything next is absolute gas. Land, cool. 2 on every creature. Oh, also we have Archivist of Ogma, so we would have drawn an extra card. Ooh. We also would have got 3 more treasures. Yeah, we'll cast Thrumming Stone. If the next draw is a heir apparent, I will laugh so hard. We will say we get an extra draw from Archivist of Ogma, and then go to our next turn. Oh my god. Does my death scene not work anymore? Oh, it doesn't. Dang it. I hit a button on my stream deck where it's supposed to do the Dark Souls death screen. It didn't do it. So now I just slumped over my chair for your entertainment. You're welcome. 2 mana. Oh, play a land. Bing, bing. Bing, bing. Bing, bing. Bing, bing. Bing, bing. Fun stuff. Let's organize our board here for a little bit. Because it's about to get messy. It's about to get real messy. And I'm sure you guys would like to see it. Right? We all want to see the mess, right? Alright. Oh, I feel like I'm playing solitaire right now. Look at Alright, and then these are our other creatures. Okay. Alright, let's put the rabbits over here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Actually, you know what? Save those. Soul Ring, Nykthos. Make 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, we're going to save the Nykthos after the Ripple. Oh, my gosh. How many do we get from this? Okay, so 1, 2. Heir Apparent. Trigger Ripple 4. Whenever you cast a spell, you may reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may cast spells with the same name as that spell among the revealed cards without paying their mana cost. Then put the rest at the bottom of your library. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes! We hit, baby. Heir Apparent. Trigger the first one, by the way. Make 4. These go to the bottom of our library. Forgot to trigger that first one. And now, trigger this one, make 6. And now Ripple again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we missed. No. Arnar. That's okay. We'll actually hold back the land drop from this turn too. Bottom of our library. And then we'll play a land drop return. And we'll get the put 2 +1/+1 counters on every creature. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 times. So that's 38 damage. Yeah, 38 extra damage just this turn due to Felidar Retreat. And they halt Vigilance. Pretty good. Pretty good. Hope you guys enjoyed that deck. This deck was for Board Text Box. Thank you. And if you watching want to get your own custom deck made by yours truly and shown on stream, head on over to my website or my Patreon. Link in the text or the description. It's so goober. Next is Oh Baby. Oh Baby. Oh Baby. Jaejuan Kuja Genome Sorcerer. I was asked to make a red-black deck that takes use of things like Dark Confidant. They know me so well, by the way, which let's go get the preferred printing out. I got to take it back, though, because I was asked to keep it cheap. But let's go over what a proper red-black sorcerer deck looks like. Normally, I would put Black Waltz number 3 at the helm, but I was asked to make a Kuja version, and I simply could not say no. Also, they paid me to do it. Dark Confidant, at the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top cards of your library and put that card into your hand. You lose life equal to its mana value. Keen Duelist says the same exact thing. This is a card draw core for the deck. So, why would you want card draw? What's Kuja about? Let's talk about them. At the beginning of your end step, create a tapped 0/1 black wizard creature token with, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent. Then, if you control 4 or more wizards, transform Kuja. Ooh, Silver Blitz. Very excited for that. Form Police here. Haven't been going over forms. Wee woo! Wee woo! Let's go over those forms, baby. Let me get to Jehuan's form. Jehuan, you asked, I want to create an engine of drawing cards and blowing people up. I'm thinking things like Kuja with doubling token effects to do a big damn. A big bam, I would assume. I would enjoy seeing value cards like Dark Confidant and Keen Duelist, etc. Things like Electro Assaulting Battery. Can you sack and draw cards and make use of Mayhem Devil? Yes. I don't know, but I know you will figure it out, my man. If you have an ace in the whole commander for this theme, you have full permission to toss Kuja for what you think will work best, but this is the theme I'm going for. I want an uber strong bracket 2 list, like massive pecs on this bad boy. Absolutely, baby. Absolutely. Ping, ping. On the Discord? Oh, ping. Oh. Ping, ping, because the deck pings. Okay. All right, geniuses. All right. I see you. Okay. Fair enough. You got me on that one. You got me. Do I have a sip left of my coffee? I do. Thank the Lord. Thank the good Lord. Now that's some Starbucks dessert. Oh, that tastes so good. Kuja. Then, if you control 4 or more wizards, which are the little things that we get for casting non-creature spells, we get to transform Kuja. Kuja now says, if a wizard you control would deal damage to a permanent, it deals double that damage. I thought for certain Black Waltz number 3 could not be dethroned for what could be the most fun Rakdos pinging wizard deck possible until I read that backside. And I was blown away. I was taken aloft. And so, my family, my friends, it is time to discuss what our opening hands should be looking like in a deck like Kuja. Now, the most important thing to have in our opening hands is non-creature spells. We need, at minimum, 3 instant or sorceries, because everything we have is about casting instant or sorceries. In this deck is full of 30 of them. 30 of them. Many of our cards also say non-creature. We have 44 non-creature deck or non-creature cards in this list. So we want at least 3 instant or sorceries, but if you can't get that, you want at least a combined total of 4 non-creature spells in our opening hands. You can let the lands run low, my friend. We do not need a lot of lands to make this deck work. There are so many things that get us there without the lands. Rite of Flame, Strike It Rich, Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, and did I get a holler back to my boys over at Pyretic Ritual and Desperate Ritual? Yes, we did. So, getting into this, everybody, it is time for us to understand what this deck should be doing by turn 5. Realistically, Kuja comes out every game on turn 3 because we have things like Blood Pet and all the rituals aforementioned and Simian Spirit Guide and Skirt Prospector. That should be getting us there. So, ritual, card draw. We would prefer Kuja out on turn 3. But if Kuja is coming out on turn 4, you should have a darn good reason. It should be for reasons such as Dark Confidant, Keen Duelist, Harmonic Prodigy, or Stormkill Artist. The reason these kinds of cards can be more important than your commander is because they enable the commander in an intense way. Dark Confidant and Keen Duelist will keep card draw up, meaning we have more non-creature spells, meaning we trigger Kuja more, meaning we get to flip Kuja faster, which means we get to do double damage with wizards faster, baby. And on top of that, Harmonic Prodigy basically already does that because it doubles the triggers of our wizards. As a result, it does become a little more important than our commander, and that is okay. That is okay. Are we vibing? Are we flow stating, everybody? Are you keeping up? I can slow it down a little bit if you need. What are we asking for, chat? I wanted to check in on you. I felt like I was flow stating maybe a little too hard. Is everyone okay? Taken care of? Let's take a little break here and look at Electro Assaulting Battery. Is there other art? There is. Oh, it's through the Omen Paths art for the only online set. That's a bummer. Because I'm not a huge fan of this art. I hope they make Universe Within for it. Alright. How do we win? Well, Kuja makes a bunch of wizards that say they deal damage to our opponents when we cast non-creature spells. And then we have lots of ways to maximize that. Like, I need you guys to hear me on this. I'm begging you. I'm about to plead for your understanding. I want to make you a better commander player with this simple sentence. I'm begging you. Y'all here? Y'all listening? The damage dealers are not what win us the game. Defcat, what do you mean? You said the win con is dealing damage to our opponents. I know what I said. I know what I said. But guys, a giant 50-gallon drum of oil is nothing without the flamethrower. We can't have one or the other. And the problem is a 40-gallon drum of oil is more effective than an empty flamethrower. Just because the flamethrower does the damage doesn't mean it's the first thing you buy. You just don't. Because we can figure out how to light that gas on fire. It's just going to be messy. And so we need gas first, not the engine. So, Stormkiln Artist, Birgi, Electro Salt Battery, Cavern Hoarder Dragon. Those are more important than the pingers. It'll be nothing with the flamethrower given enough time. Very true. We need to have the things that make us mana in order to keep using the flamethrower. Our actual win conditions, the things we need to be looking for, is Ska, Stormkiln Artist. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, create a treasure token. That's really good. And it gets +1/+0 for each artifact you control. So you can smack someone with it. Birgi and Electro make you red mana. Birgi does it on non-creature spell cast. Electro Assault Battering does it on instant or sorcery cast. And then Cavern Hoarder Dragon makes us lots of treasures. Before you go for the Otter Wizard, before you go for Black Waltz number 3, before you go for Gutter Snipe, before you go for even your commander, get the gas. That's what's important. The ideal win line here is to assemble enough gas with enough flamethrower. Thankfully, we have a flamethrower in the command zone in order to utilize our instant and sorceries and non-creature spells such as artifacts and enchantments in order to win the game. So, what does that look like? Realistically, we want an opening hand that is going to be treating us to either early card draw or something that sets us up even more significantly than Kuja. This opening hand is absolute gas. It's sadly a one-lander, which is really depressing. But guess what, guys? Streamer luck, baby. Never mind, I didn't get it. That didn't happen. Don't do that. Oh, okay. Wonderful. Beautiful. In fact, we found gas. We found black market connections. Amazing. We found a tutor And we found a copy spell. Amazing. This is what we love to see. Draw for turn, snow-covered mountain, saw, or strike it rich, make a treasure. Next turn, land, bing, bing, treasure token, black market connections, baby. This is going to give us card draw. It's going to give us mana. It's amazing. Next turn, lose 3 life, bing, 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 and we're going to create a treasure token, and we're going to draw an extra card. So, in this moment, let's talk about what we talked about. What is more important right now? Having Kuja out? Or something in our hand? What is it, chat? What's more important for us to play right now? It's turn 3. What are we doing? Let's see if you've been keeping up. What are we playing this turn? What's the right call? Sir Trekkie, you've never let me down. You've never let me down. We're going to play out Keen Duelist and Wishclaw Talisman. So, there is technically speaking here, there's an argument that we don't even play the Wishclaw. That way we cast a non-creature spell when we have wizards out. But we get that wizard at the beginning of our next end step. So we're not going to wait that long. So this is the right play. Comes in with the 3 counters on it. We're good to go. Next turn, flip the top card of our library. It's Rite of Flame. We lose the 1. And then we lose 5. We draw a card. Make a treasure token. And then we draw a card for turn. Oh my lord. That's a black wash. That's going to be disgusting when we flip Kuja. Kuja, coming out, baby. Bonk. Now. I don't know if you guys see this. We can win next turn. Easily. Like, very easily. So, Kuja says, end step, create the 0/1 black wizard token. And then if you have 4 more wizards, transform Kuja, right? During the end step. So, it's easier to win on turn 6, but I genuinely believe we could actually push for a win next turn due to Wishclaw Talisman. Like 100%. So, the idea here is that we tutor Wishclaw to go get more gas in order to keep drawing cards and going through our deck. That would be the main portion here. But we want to make sure we have Black Waltz out. That's more important right now because we want to get the wizards to flip. So let's see what we can do here. We go to our next turn. We draw. We flip from Keen Duelist, Deadly Dispute, bing, bing. And then we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, draw an extra card, and we add a treasure. Holy cow. Okay. Yeah, that's disgusting. Oh, and also, of course, we have our wizard from last turn. We'll pay the extra 3 to also make a shapeshifter. Awesome. So we officially have 4 wizards as long as we play Black Waltz. Go to end step, flip Kuja. Turn over. Awesome. And then we also make our wizard. This is about, we're about to drop a nuclear bomb. We are about to drop a literal just nasty man. Like, oh my gosh, this next turn is going to be insane. Buckle up, Buttercup. We're about to commit war crimes. Let's go into the next turn. Before that, we will... No, we won't. Yeah, so we draw. Then Duelist. 1, 2, 3. and then draw from black market connections, add a treasure, bonk. And now we're going to pay 1 mana and activate Wishclaw Talisman. We'll search our library, and we need to get something that draws us cards because we already have an insane amount of mana. That is like the other side of where we're at right now. So let's try to find a card that draws us a lot of cards. Will the Jest guy. Awesome. It says each instant or sorcery in your graveyard gains flashback. That's amazing. So that'll allow us to churn through everything and win the game. Real easy. Love that. Or Harmonic Prodigy, which will double trigger all of our creatures. That is more efficient, and we have enough card draw already in our hand. So we're going to get Harmonic Prodigy. We'll pay 2 mana, cast Harmonic Prodigy. Awesome. Now, with everything set here, we cast Dark... Oh, actually, we don't cast Dark Ritual first. We pay 2, and we cast Molten Duplication on Harmonic Prodigy. Trigger. All right. 2 wizards trigger. Then they trigger twice because of Harmonic Prodigy. That means we're dealing 4 damage to our opponents. So let's reset our life here. Back up to, like, let's say for some reason all of our opponents are at 40 life. Somehow. Let's say we have to do that much damage. First, our wizards do 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then our Black Waltz deals an additional 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Molten Duplication then hits Harmonic Prodigy. Bonk. And we make a copy of Harmonic Prodigy. Oh my lord. Treasure token. Rite of Flame. Make 2 red mana. Will be the resolution of this, but I'm going to show it now. Trigger. We'll have these wizards twice, and then again, and then again. That's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then Black Waltz triggers 3 times. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Guess what, everybody? They're already dead. The damage is doubled by Kuja. That was actually 40 damage. But for the sake of fun, let's see how extra dead we can make them. We have 2 red floating. We're going to use this other treasure to cast Dark Ritual. Oh, what's that? How much damage is that again? 20? 2, 4, 6, 12 from our wizards, and 2, 4, 6, 12 from Black Waltz. Make 3 black. Let's cast this Deadly Dispute. Deadly Dispute. Hold priority on triggers. 2 red. Fork. Oh yeah, we haven't played a land per turn. We have a land drop. Not that that matters. Fork. 12 damage. Or sorry, 24 damage. They're negative 48 now. We fork Deadly Dispute. We sack our Shapeshifter. We draw 2 cards. We make another treasure. Another 24 damage. Yeah, pretty sick. Hey, DefCat, how do you know what cards to replace when upgrading? I constantly struggle with this aspect of upgrading and deck building. Anime King, that is a wonderful question. In general, when thinking about upgrading a deck, you always need to answer these 4 questions. What's an ideal opening hand? What should my deck be doing by turn 4? What are the combos in my list that I reliably like to use and work for me? And how do I win? And if you can't fix or find one of the cards in your deck to fit any of those 4 categories reasonably well, then you should be able to cut it. And then put in whatever card would be more fun to play and fits into one of those 4 categories. Because if you can't find, oh, I'd love it in my opening hand. Oh, I'd love it by turn 4. Oh, I would, use it as a combo piece, or it wins me the game. If it can't fit in one of those categories, abort. Everybody, that deck is absolutely insane. I hope you enjoyed it. Jay Juan, go smack some booty. Have fun. What do we got next? Akideo, Yuna, Grand Summoner. let's get into the list, everybody. Let's get up their submission. Akideo, you said, hello, I'm usually a combo control player at heart in Standard, Modern, and Legacy. I have a Bracket 2 kind of themed version and Bracket 3 combo themed version, and I was thinking to lean into a Bracket 4, and was thinking for 4 to lean more into combo control. I was planning on making these decks into my scalable deck using sticker cube method video you made. Thank you so much. I don't know if I've been asked for a Zuko deck yet. I'm pretty sure no. Also, Hydro homies. Get some water. Boom. Oh, sorry. There we go. Okay, so yeah, my coffee's done. I've finished my coffee. Rip coffee. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, y'all. Combo control. Let's talk about Yuna within combo control, which, by the way, if you guys are liking the stream today, I did just pay $2,000 to get that website made. So if you can, I would really love it if you go over to the Patreon and either buy an extra deck or something for the holidays for you. We'd be very much appreciated. We are sending out all merchandise that has been early purchased on the website tomorrow. So people are going to be receiving shirts. They're going to be receiving signed cards. And also we're going to be sending out the winners of the previous stream. We got artist proofs being sent out all over the world to people. So don't miss your chance. Shipping starts tomorrow. But thank you guys for watching. It means the world to me, and I'm so glad I have such a dedicated fan base. We're basically always at like minimum 20 viewers here, which makes me so happy. And I know as I am back to streaming regularly, realistically, that number goes up. So I'm excited for this community to grow. Yuna Grand Summoner. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. When you next cast a creature spell this turn, the creature enters with 2 additional +1/+1 counters on it. Big booms. Thank you, Mally. Whenever another permanent you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, if it had 1 or more counters on it, you may put that number of +1/+1 counters on target creature. So, what we like to do in this deck is a little thing called... How do I put this? Yes, Akideo, it's you. It's called the Sage of Hours. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Sage of Hours, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Remove all +1/+1 counters from Sage of Hours. For each 5 counters removed this way, take an extra turn after this one. Anyone getting a little excited? So, Yuna says, tap, add 1 mana of any color. When you next catch a creature spell, that creature enters with 2 additional +1/+1 counters on it. So, Sage of Hours immediately gets 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Then, within our repertoire of things to do, we are going to be casting spells like enchantments on this to get more +1/+1 counters to take extra turns, and then return it to our hand and replay it using Yuna on the additional turn. And this is one of the very fun ways to go infinite with this list. But one of the biggest things about this list is we are going to be abusing infinite mana, because in the end of the day, this is a creature-heavy combo control list. Let's go over the control aspect before we even talk about that. Offer, Cyclonic Rift, Fierce Guardianship, Mana Drain, Force of Will, Force of Negation, Flusterstorm, March of Swirl and Mist, Miscast, Mystical Tutor to grab things like Pact of Negation, Swan Song, Silence, Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshares, and you can't counter my stuff because Veil of Summer, baby. Big booms. Now, let's get funny with it. Sage of Hours? You know where that card belongs? Our graveyard. Yeah, you heard me. Agatha Soul Conjured. Tap, exile a card from your graveyard. Whenever a creature card is exiled this way, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on it have all activated abilities of other creatures you control. We're going to be using Intuition and Gifts Ungiven to put things like Sage of Hours and all these awesome creature cards, Hermit Druid, you name it, into the bin, into the Garbaggio. Oh, sorry, Taru was not supposed to be in here anymore. We were supposed to have Devoted Druid. I'd switched to that combo earlier. You gonna come up, Devoted Druid? Thank you. Pretty sick. So, what we're gonna be doing here, evidently, is getting infinite mana outside of that combo that we just talked about. So we're going to be looking for things like Devoted Druid plus Swift Configuration. Swift Configuration will turn our Devoted Druid into a vehicle, meaning when you tap it to add mana and put a -1/-1 counter on it, it doesn't die, and you go infinite very quickly. Because Devoted Druid says, tap, add mana, put a -1/-1 counter on it, untap it. This nets us infinite green, and then we can cast things like Finale of Devastation for infinite to win the game, or Walking Ballista for infinite mana to win the game. We also include other infinites, such as our Kennen plus Basalt Monolith. Because Kennen says Basalt Monolith adds an extra mana whenever you tap it, and then it only untaps for 3. So you net infinite mana by tapping Basalt Monolith for 4 mana and paying 3 to untap it. You can then use things like Staff of Domination to draw your entire deck, because you pay 5 mana of your infinite colorless mana to draw a card, and then pay 1 to untap it. You can also get infinite life with it. Very fun. So, what should this deck be doing by turn 4? By turn 4, you are either attempting to cast a game-winning spell, or you're tutoring for a game-winning piece. Let me explain. By turn 2 or 3, Yuna can be out. It may not be your best game plan, but it can be, especially if you have a creature-heavy hand. So it's very good, because Yuna supplies us with +1/+1 counters to put on creatures to make Agatha's better. Very nice. Or allows us to abuse Sage of Hours. On turn 4, you should be casting something like Sylvan Tutor, Enlightened Tutor, Mystical Tutor, and Gifts Ungiven or Intuition to go grab your winning combo pieces, but you're using these at instant speed. Everything I just mentioned other than Sylvan Tutor is instant speed, because we're still a control deck. We want to be, from turn 1 in our opening hand, having things like Counterbalance, Mystic Remora, Rhystic Study, Smothering Tide. We want something we get down and immediately we are scaring our opponents, and that means the One Ring, baby. And the good thing is with 1,000-Year Elixir, if you see it in your opening hand, it allows us to tap Yuna instantly as though Yuna had haste. So that also makes mana generation really fast in this deck. So 1,000-Year Elixir, kinda hot. You should love it. So our opening hand is all about finding one of those draw engines, and then by turn 4, we should be either tutoring or casting one of the game-winning combo spells. So let's get into it. Let's give her a little testaroony, shall we, everybody? So, in this opening hand, we only have 1 land. We just got to ship it immediately. Happens all the time. Okay. This is hype. So we have lots of mana. We have 5 mana in the opening hand. We have a way to tutor for creatures via Ranger Captain. Only issue here is we only have 1 white pip available, but via the Bloom Tender, we can also add a lot of extra mana in order to cast our other spells. The only issue is tap for each color among permanents you control, add 1 mana of that color. So this hand is deceiving. It doesn't actually cast anything except, ironically, Miscast and Bloom Tender. And the 2 important things we need to cast can't be cast because we only have one white pip available. So you got to be careful in a 3-color deck like this to not see the mana vault and immediately get ooh eyes and play it. It's really good and all, but this hand doesn't go anywhere. So we're shipping it. So we're down to 6 lands. Or 6. No. This is our second 7. This hand is bad, sadly. That's it. This hand's bad. Down to 6 we go, and oh, we get a banger. We get a banger right off the rip, baby. Turn 1, the One Ring. Hype. Into one of our enchantments that can win us the game as well. So we're going to put this Yavimaya Coast to the bottom of our library. Right? Or is it the Bloom Tender? It's the Bloom Tender because we need the blue mana. Right. Bottom of the library. Okay, great. Put that in our hand. Turn 1, baby. Let's draw. Oh, I'm sorry. Hermit Druid's supposed to be Devoted Druid. My bad. That's what I didn't do properly because this is not supposed to be CDH. Hermit Druid is normally in the deck in order to use the Thassa's Oracle combo. We're not doing that. Hermit Druid actually supposed to be Devoted Druid. That's what I didn't flip earlier. That's fine. Ancient Tomb, Grim Monolith, exile Elvish Spirit Guide, and tap the Grim Monolith. That's 4 mana. The One Ring, baby. And then we can tap it and draw a card. Next turn, Grim Monolith stays tapped. Play a land for turn. Tap, add 2 burden counters. Total, draw 2 cards. That's really good. Wow. 2 mana, Arcane Signet. 1 mana, Esper Sentinel. Draw an extra card during other people's turns through Esper Sentinel because probably one person won't pay. Draw for turn. Yavimaya. 1, 2, 3. Nice. So we have 1,000-year elixir. Which is dope. And then we can control the board with Dress Down in order to stop anyone from trying to win. All that doesn't matter. I'm going to put this back for a second before we draw through the One Ring. We have a winning line right here. As we said, this is supposed to be Devoted Druid, not Hermit Druid, just so we're clear. Yeah, we can actually win the game right here. That's hilarious. That is so funny. Oh, we're 1 mana short. No, we're not. We're not 1 mana short. Oh, this is funny. Oh, we're 1 mana of the color type we need short to win right here. Bummer. So the idea, we play Hermit Druid. We'll say for green, and there's a colorless floating now. And then for the colorless, green, whatever, we play the 1,000-year elixir, and it gives it haste. But then we don't have enough mana to cast Swift Reconfiguration. That's fine. But the idea here is that next turn, we can cast Swift Reconfiguration on the Devoted Druid. It goes infinite. Sylvan Tutor. That grabs Walking Ballista. Bonk. And then with infinite mana, after we draw it through the One Ring, because it's on top of our library, cast the infinite Walking Ballista to win the game. Boom! So it's a turn 4 win instead of a turn 3 win. Could be better. Still pretty sick, though. Awesome. Let's get to our next deck for Samson. Samson. I'm about to show you the absolute sin you sent me. Anime King, absolutely. Yeah, I can add the fishing gear. No problem at all. No problem. So, let's talk about Samson's request, because it boggled my brain. Samson, you said, do you have a preferred commander in mind? Nope. Go bananas. Then, on top of that, you said, just make the strongest colorless deck without leaning into any Eldrazi. Very nice. But, before that, I did not read No Colors Allowed, Samson. I read, no color is unallowed. That's right. I made you the wrong deck. That does not mean you're not getting the deck you asked for, by the way. You're getting your colorless deck. But I read, don't know what I want. No colors not allowed. Full on evil. Do whatever you want. I have zero idea on God's green earth how I did that. I have dyslexia, but I still normally double check. So you're still getting your colorless deck, but now I'm going to show you the deck I accidentally made you. Introducing the Last Cast. This is a deck that I built for Bracket 4, and it is all about immediately winning with Tasker. The idea is that Tasker the Golden Fang says delve. That means you can delve away anything from your graveyard in order to help cast it. So, if there's 3 lands in your graveyard and you have Tasker in your command zone, you can delve away, exile those 3 out of the graveyard, and then now Tasker only costs 3 mana to play. 2 generic and a black. So, the idea is Tasker gets out quite early. It's very fast to play. You could play Tasker on turn 2 in this list very reasonably. It's very possible. So, what happens is, Tasker gets played on turn 2. Then, on turn 3, you play Neoform. Neoform says, as an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature. You're going to be sacrificing Tasker the Golden Fang. Neoform then says, search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost 1 plus the sacrifice creature's converted mana cost. Put that card onto the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. It immediately goes and gets Scholar of the Lost Trove, as Tasker is 6 mana, Scholar is 7. Scholar says when it enters the battlefield, you may cast a target instant or sorcery card or artifact card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. And if it's an instant or sorcery, cast this way and be put in your graveyard this turn. Yeah, I'm a little dim, Goku. I'm a little dim sometimes. So Scholar instantly recasts Neoform. We Neoform Scholar. We go get a creature 1 CMC higher, and we get Hoarding Broodlord. Hoarding Broodlord says when it enters the battlefield, search your library for a card, put it face down under it. Hoarding Broodlord also says Convoke, and that your spells have Convoke. Pretty great. Pretty great, right? You're then going to instantly tap Hoarding Broodlord. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let me grab it. Oh, it was already in the deck. I was like, did I move it? And cast Saw in Half. This will now duplicate your Hoarding Broodlord. Now you have 2 of them. So you tutor 2 cards, and you're going to go tutor for Sacrifice. Come on, scroll will work. Jeez. Sacrifice and Peer into the Abyss. That's what I didn't put in. I was like, what in the world's missing? Where the heck is mine? Oh, that's what happened. I see. We added in a basic land. I was like, where's my Peer into the Abyss? And now, why is my scroll wheel being so slow today? It's so weird. You can now instantly cast Peer into the Abyss. Peer into the Abyss says target player draws cards equal to the number of cards in their libraries rounded up half. You instantly draw half your library. And now from there, you can make an insane amount of mana. I mean, a just disgusting amount. And cast Insanguinate. And kill the entire table. It's convoluted, but it's fun. Very fun. Now, if your friends try to stop you, or things get killed, We have other ways to turn Tasker into other creatures, like Nezahal Prime, Toxrill, and many other 7 CMC creatures of your choice if you ever want to put them in here. So this is a pod deck that always turns Tasker into a big creature, and it does have a combo in there. I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy, Samson. Tune in next time to get your colorless deck. Sorry about that mishap. Leaky Peach. You rascal. Let's talk about what you asked for. Leaky Peach, you said, I'd like to make a group hug deck based around stealing permanents and giving them to my opponents. Interested to see how it works with Zidane Thief. Enjoy, Samson. It'll be up on... I just realized I need to add those last 3 to the website. Let me do that real quick. There we go. Quickly adding these to the website. There we go. Leaky Peach. I did everything I could to make a Zidane deck that is group hug, where we are going to be, in fact, giving people things like a Crow and Horse. Whenever it enters the battlefield, an opponent gains control of it. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent creates a 1/1 white soldier token. And then Zidane says, when Zidane enters, gain control of target creature an opponent controls until end of turn. Untap it, it gains lifelink and haste. Whenever opponent gains control of a permanent from you, you create a treasure token. So, you said group hug, not group slug. So I did not include things like Slicer. But we are including things like Hideous Taskmaster. Whenever you cast a spell for each opponent, gain control of up to 1 target creature that player controls until end of turn. Untap those creatures. They gain trample, haste, and Annihilator 1. One of the best cards in Commander history. It is absolutely insane. But also things like Treasure Nabber. Whenever an opponent taps an artifact for mana, gain control of it until the end of the turn. And so we're going to be gifting things like a Crow and Horse and stealing things. And so it's like this, we're going to call it like the group hot pot session. I don't know another way to describe it. We're just going to be constantly sharing the board state with our friends and family. So on turn 1, it is imperative, absolutely imperative, you find some way to make mana. It's just, you gotta find something in your opening hand that makes mana. That means things like Zorn, that will help you create more mana with extra treasure tokens, Jaxus, Goldspan Dragon, Academy Manufacturer, Tataru, definitely Ragavan. And then in our enchantments here, in our artifacts here, any artifacts that make mana, you gotta find it. You gotta find the extra mana. This deck is very mana hungry. Gotta find it. The next thing you need in your opening hand, other than anything that makes mana, is something that is a payoff. You need something that's exciting to play. Hellkite Tyrant, Hideous Taskmaster, Professional Facebreaker, Zealous Conscripts, anything that is a big payoff. So make sure your hand always has the gas and the destination with this deck. The destination is also allowed to be your commander. If there's something an opponent has that you really want, Zidane is the perfect thing to go grab it. And then you can use Flicker Wisp to re-ETB Zidane, as well as many other flickering effects like Cloud Shift and Ephemerate that we included in the deck. Very fun. This deck plays a little wonky, and so what you also want to be doing to win the game is consistently making sure that you pull this deck out against friends that are playing decks that involve their battlefield, that aren't Spellslinger. Because if you play this deck in a non-Spellslingery format, or in a Spellslinger format, you're just not going to have things to take control of. So you also kind of got to know your environment a little bit when it comes to playing Zidane and having fun. Otherwise, you might just kind of sit there and steal someone's like one creature and make them feel bad. It's a little awkward. So just something to keep kind of in the back of your mind. The other thing we are gifting, by the way, is Coveted Jewel. Whenever enters, draw 3 cards. And then whenever one or more creatures an opponent controls attacks you and aren't blocked, that player draws 3 cards and takes Coveted Jewel and untaps it. So the big thing about that as well is now Zidane is going to be able to make you treasures whenever they take one of our permanents. We also have a little bit of a group hug fun secondary theme with Tempting Contract. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent may create a treasure token. For each opponent who does, you create a treasure token. Kind of fun. And then we have ways to enchant other players and entice them to attack one another. So that's a really big portion of this deck. If you're more interested in a group hug style with a clear wins, definitely message me, because Zidane is tricky. You need to, it's all about knowing your opponents. So that's just something important to keep in mind when playing the deck. Next up, we've got Codis for Fish. Let's get Fish's thing up here. Let's see here. Where is Fish's submission? There it is. Fish. You asked for Codis the Fangkeeper. Go wild. It can be between bracket 3 and 4. You selected 4, so I did 4. And then you said you have no budget proxy. You said your ideal and preferred coffee order. Right now, I'd love nothing more than a quiet afternoon in the sunlight, just sitting somewhere warm, feeling the light on my skin, an Irish coffee in hand, the kind you only order when you know the day is completely yours. Then, when there's nothing left to do except breathe and enjoy the moment, those days will come after November. I just need to hang in there a little longer. Until then, I find comfort in small things, a good game of Magic, my content, oh thank you, and a little sparks that make the day feel lighter. They help more than you realize. It's that thought, that peace and warmth are waiting just ahead that keeps me steady. I had to read that one out for y'all. What a poet. Thank you, Fish. Thank you. Your Codis deck is everything but what we just talked about, baby. It's time to hurt some people's livelihoods. We are about to slam in with the best pretty boy in all of Magic, Codis the Fangkeeper, the indestructible 2/1 soul tie and a generic commander. Whenever Codis deals combat damage to a player, exile the top X cards of their library, where X is the amount of damage dealt. You may cast any number of spells with mana X or less from among them without paying their mana costs. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a clear guide to playing Codis. If you would like to play Codis, you need to have a mana dork and or any mana rock in your opening hand. Your opening hand should always contain a dork or a rock, and or both. Now, once you have achieved that, once Codis is out, what are we looking for? We are looking for things that draw us cards such as Eidolon of Blossoms, Citizen Champion, which both say whenever you play an enchantment or an enchantment enters the battlefield, we draw a card. That's very important. But there's always something more fun than just drawing cards and being smart about the game. Felix 5 Boots says, if a creature you control dealing combat damage to a player causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, it triggers additional time. Codis gets the trigger twice. That is absolutely evil. Absolutely evil. And also, if you give Codis double strike, it does also work twice. So, we are going to be enchanting our Codis. That means no Lightning Greaves. It's a no-no. Because Lightning Greaves gives Shroud, meaning we cannot target it, and we are going to be equipping it with a lot of enchantments. Hence, cards that say that they draw from enchantments. So, how does this differ from a regular Codis deck? Normally, we would lean way heavier into these enchantments. I built a Codis deck before for a good friend of this stream, and we went heavy in on the fun of having Codis be spammed with enchantments in order to make the game live and fast. So, with making sure that it is full on evil, bracket 4, we lean heavily into the control elements and not trying to include our own win conditions. Within other Codis decks, we still include something. But at bracket 4, we're going to find things. So we have some extra turn spells to keep chugging and keep attacking with Codis. It's very important. Other things that we have up here that are really important, other than just this extra turn spell, are control elements like Counterbalance to keep people at bay, and Ripples of Undeath to continually have card draw. It does, in the end, have the same base of a regular Codis deck, but with a much higher concentration of ways to find our winning cards that smack in and deal damage. So I love showing this off because it's really fun. Let's show what this deck looks like. Let's get into the play test here. What? What? I'm trying to dream of a more perfect hand, and I can't. Other than clearly like Lotus Petal. That's it. Yeah, Blood Pet being Lotus Petal will be the only upgrade from this hand. Legitimately. Dear God. Okay. Okay. Maybe I made this deck a little too well. Happens to the best of us. Oh my lord. Alright. Alright. I've committed war crimes. I've committed crimes. Verdant Catacombs. Let's go get a Bahue. Chrome Mox. I'll put a... You know what? We're evil. Counterbalance under it. No, we're going to put the Counterbalance. We want the Fierce Guardianship more, actually. Soul Ring. Blood Pet. Yep. Yep. Next turn. Scalding Tarn. Let's go get ourselves an Underground Sea. That's Codis. That's Codis, baby. And then sack the Blood Pet. Vampiric Tutor. Oh my gosh. There's so many things we want here. There's so many things. Oh dear God. So many things. Which one do we want to do? I'm thinking it's Enchantress Presence. But Ripples of Undeath is also disgusting. What to pick? What to pick? We're going to have 2 mana after we cast on a Sanctuary on this next thing. So we need to find something 2 CMC we want to play. Yeah, can't be blocked. I can't. Yeah, it's got to be that, dude. It's got to be, dude. Yep. Here we go. Go to the next turn. Cast and a Sanctuary, which says... If you control a blue permanent and a black permanent, this creature gets +5/+5. We do, in fact, control blue and black permanent. And then we're going to tap to Aether Tunnel. This Codis is now a 8/6 that can't be blocked, indestructible, And we have a counterspell in hand. Oh, buddy. This is pain. This is pain. We'll swing in for 8 damage on turn 3 with counterspell protection. Let's just go over to this other deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Oh my lord. So we just stole a Cultivator Colossus, a Rampaging Bailiff, a Scheming Cemetery, an Oracle of Moldiah, an Elves of Deep Shadow, and a Retreat to Kolheim. Hey, friend. Those are mine now. I love this deck. I love this deck. Oh, wait. I forgot I can just Control Z. There we go. Yep. I think we did it. Ooh, Anime King. Cruel Claw. 100%. 100% Cruel Claw. Well, everybody. If you liked that deck, remember, you can go over to my Patreon right now and go get you one. As well as check out my new website, defcatmtg.com. Anyway, it's time for Chuzzix. Chuzzix, you said I have always had a Zimone and Dina deck in mind, but something else is totally okay with me, as long as it's got black in it. You'd like it to be at least 2 or 3 color. You said black is my favorite color and I really love sacrificing stuff for value and draining my opponents, so something along those lines. Your Blind Reanimator deck, for example, had me really interested. I'm only going to select black as the color, but do not forget that I really want it to either be 2 or 3 colors. Bonus points for unique, lesser known commander. You have always had Dina and Zimone in mind, and I wanted to commit to the bit, everybody. Zimone and Dina, Zaboomafoo. Zimone and Dina says, whenever you draw your second card each turn, target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. You may then tap, sacrifice another creature, draw a card. You may also put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. If you control 8 or more lands, repeat this process once. Woo! It's time to start sacking and cracking, and look at all those creatures, baby. We got a lot to do. We got a lot of work. We got a lot to burn through, and we're going to be draining life. We're going to be draining life with Blood Artist. When another creature or this creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Zilliport Cutthroat says the same thing. And then we got ways to sacrifice, like Viserys here. We get to sacrifice a creature and then scry 1. We've got Carrion Feeder. Carrion Feeder can't block. Sacrifice a creature. Put a +1/+1 counter on Carrion Feeder. And we're going to be constantly sacrificing things. And baby back, we want things in our graveyard because Ice Till Explorer lets us play lands from our graveyard. Yes, indeed, this is also a secondary landfall commander, baby. That's how we like to do it around here. And we're going to be using all this extra mana to cast things like Lurking Predators. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, you may put that card onto the bottom of your library. Very fun. So, we want to build up to our big, awesome spells, but ultimately, what we're going to be doing is sacking creatures like crazy, gaining life, and drawing cards. Super fun. Super, super fun. So, what do we want in our opening hand? Realistically, my favorite thing to have in an opening hand is one of 2 things. We either want one of these mana dorks, which are really good, or, if we can, we would like to find an extra land drop. That would be Lotus Cobra, is a secondary version of that, or we can find things like Exploration or Burgeoning. And if all else fails and we cannot find a dork or extra land drops, we want something like Sylvan Library, Ripples of Undeath, and then probably one of my favorite cards in the entire game, bar none. If you get lucky, an auto snap keep in this deck is actually Nantuko, Springheart Nantuko, because it says landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under you control, you may pay 2. If Springheart Nantuko is attached to a creature you control. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that creature. If you don't do this, create a 1/1 green insect token. That means every landfall we create a creature. Now, Zimone and Dina say sacrifice a creature, draw a card, put a land card onto the battlefield, meaning we make more things. This gives us infinite things to sack with Zimone and Dina. Now, obviously, it's a tap ability, so we're going to be abusing things like Seedborn Muse to do that every single turn and get the engine going, baby. Untap Zimone and Dina every turn, sack the insect, put a land onto the battlefield, make another insect, continue the process, baby. Big monies. So, what do we want to do in order to win this game? We want to be draining our opponents. So, we're going to drain a lot of our opponents with Zulpar Cutthroat, Blood Artist, and other effects in the deck. Or, if we find it, we're going to be playing something like Rampaging Baloths and going into the landfall aspect of what Zimone and Dina bring to the table. Let's give it a whirl, baby. Woo! Okay. I see you. All right. I'm getting handed layups today, y'all. This is awesome. Holy crap. Oh my lord. Play a land. Like Burgeoning. Burgeoning says whenever one of our opponents plays a land, we may put a land onto the battlefield. Boom, boom, boom. And then before end step, we're going to tap, crop rotation, sack, go get any land out of our deck that we want. I'm thinking Cephalid Coliseum for card draw. Right? Yeah, I like Cephalid Coliseum here. Yeah. Because this is a deck that is on a budget, so no, there's no Guy's Cradle. That's okay. Cephalid Coliseum. Bonk. Awesome. Next turn. Holy cow. Dude. This deck loves us. This deck actually just loves us. Oh my gosh. Azusa, Gitrog, and Loot. Which one do I want more? I want my Commander Dina. Zimone and Dina, baby. Whenever you draw your second card, each turn, target opponent loses 2 life. You gain 2 life. I'm going to be starting to do that soon and draining the table. Go to our next turn. We're going to pay 3. We're going to do Loot. And then we're going to sack Loot. Bonk. Draw a card. Put a land onto the battlefield. Dope. And because we did that, what's really fun is Gitrog, currently in our hand, is going to allow us to play lands like this forest from our graveyard later. We'll say we tap this way for Loot instead, and then we'll play out Counterbalance. Very nice. Play a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll play... I think we'll play the Azusa. I'm also thinking the Gitrog, because then we can play a land from our graveyard. I don't know. Feeling spicy. We'll play the Gitrog. We won't sack with Zimone because we want this for next turn. Nice. Play the Arbor Elf. Pay 1, 2, 3. Put out Azusa. We'll sack. And we'll play a land from our graveyard as well with the Gitrog monster. Sack the Arbor Elf. Draw a card. And then we're allowed to put a land from our hand onto the battlefield. We don't have one. Totally okay. And then we also gain 2 life again. Pretty dope. And then we're going to sack a land as an additional cost to get Gitrog, but we can also play lands from our graveyard. No big deal. And then we're going to play a land extra with our Azusa. So we have it. Awesome. All right. Beginning of upkeep. Sacrifice a land. Bonk. We're going to play land from graveyard. We're going to play another land. We now have 8 lands, which means Zimone and Dina gets to do their thing twice. But we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to slam Colossus, baby. Cultivator Colossus. It says, whenever this creature enters the battlefield, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. And if you do, draw a card and repeat the process. Normally, We'd want to wait till we have a land in hand to do this. That would be the correct thing to do. But we can sack the Gitrog monster, draw a card, and then repeat the process. We get a land in hand. Awesome. Land, draw a card. We got another one. 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 Land, draw a card. Boom, baby. Boom. Very fun. I love it when a plan comes together. And so this deck is all about constantly sacrificing and being willing to risk things with Zimone and Dina in order to continue the game plan. I just think it's super fun. It's a deck that I think will take practice because you need to know what to risk to sack. Like, we just sacrificed loot like it was nothing. You got to do it. You got to make the plays. So just remember that when playing this deck. Very important. Next is Be a Good Neighbor. Oh my gosh, this submission is hilarious. I cannot wait to tell you guys about this one. I was rolling over laughing when I read this submission. It was awesome. I think it was one of the first ones I read this morning too. Or not this morning, whenever I built it. Oh, where is it? Did I miss it? Fish, Chuzix, Notaro. There it is. Be a Good Neighbor. What commander do you have in mind? Not sure. Hey, DevCat. I'm a huge history, and especially the Crash Course World History series lover, where one of the running jokes was that whenever something seemed impossible, the Mongols were the exception. I'd like a commander deck that captures that same spirit, the unstoppable, adaptable force that conquers through speed, fear, and cunning politics. The deck should be barbaric aggression with clever diplomacy, fast raiding creatures, haste and raid, and political choice effects, alliances, betrayals, and mechanics that let me steal, copy, and or adapt opponent spells to represent cultural absorption. Oh my gosh. This is so funny. Oh. Peak! Peak! Alright. It's just peak. It's just peak. The win condition should feel like domination through power, politics, and forcing others to yield because after all, we are the exception. Get that on a shirt. Now. So awesome. So awesome. So, I built Nathan Drake Treasure Hunter. Nathan is a little bit like a modern day barbarian Mongolian. You know? A little bit like the Mongol Empire. Just a little more cunning, as it were. Nathan Drake says, First Strike, Grixis. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast spells you don't own or activate abilities of permanents you don't control. Whenever Nathan Drake attacks, exile the top card of each player's library. You may cast a spell from among these cards. We are going to constantly be casting people's spells and absorbing the culture. And we're going to be doing that in the most barbaric fashion ever with demon berserkers, human barbarians, legendary human barbarians, elder dinosaurs, dragons, more barbarians, more demons, a lizard rogue, don't ask, orcs, warlocks, barbarians. We're going to be sending in the crazies. You know, if you guys don't know, there's a little bit about history. The Aztecs once told the Spanish, don't come closer or we will release our secret weapon. Their secret weapon was the Owl Man. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Aztecs, they liked drugs. The Owl Man was simply a man that they gave cocaine to and put in an owl suit. And it actually was pretty effective. He did pretty good. Owl Man was good. They did not win, if you know anything about history. But in our case, we do in fact have an Owl Man. We have our last resort. And that is Jurin leading the charge. This is our Mongolian Empire kind of like fill-in secret commander. It says whenever it attacks, each creature you control attacking a player gets +1/+0 until end of turn for each creature that player controls. The Mongols constantly went up against people larger than them, and this is how they did it. And Jurin made that happen. Originally, this deck was going to be Jurin. That was going to be the deck. That was all it was going to be. But the fact of the matter is, we needed to absorb culture, and I thought the new Nathan Drake just fit it so much better. So we do have that secret commander of Jurin. I really like it. So we also need to keep into account the fact that whenever we play these decks that are meant to be supported on something funny, we got to let our other friends in on the bit. So a large portion of what we do here is make sure that the decks consistently, and I mean consistently, do the bit. And nothing's better than having it in the command zone. So I thought it was just the smartest thing we could do and pull off. So what we're going to accomplish in our opening hand, what are we trying to do? We are trying to make people fear the Mongol Empire. That is the point. That is the idea. So we want to have one of three things. One of these three. We either want uno, a wheel effect, Wheel of Fortune, Windfall, Will of the Just Guy. We want one of the wheels. Or we want a hasty boy that does hasty things, such as Robber of the Rich, or not hasty, but, you know, low mana value, Orcish Bowmaster, or Ragavan, or 3, a way to get our Steely Boy out of the command zone on turn 2. So, a way to get him out on turn 2, a hasty boy, or a wheel. That is our opening hand. Now, by turn 4, Quattro, what do we want to be doing? What are we going to be accomplishing by turn 4 in this deck? We want to make sure Nathan Drake is swinging with clear intention in a place that he does not die. So we'd like to be equipping Nathan with something like Lightning Greaves, Sword of Feast and Famine, Sword of Light and Shadow, Swiftfoot Boots, Whispering Cloak. We want Nathan Drake equipped, or we want something alongside Nathan Drake that's more menacing to bother our friends, like Ancient Copper Dragon, which, by the way, is $120. Can you believe it? They better reprint these soon. It's getting rough. Or Cavern Hoarder Dragon. Now, how do we win this game? Ladies and gentlemen, let's take it back for a second. How do the Mongols win? By absorption. I made this deck to be as mean as possible to steal. We have to absorb cultures to win. Nathan Drake, we're going to find our win con in other people's decks. And if for some reason they don't have anything good enough for us in their deck for us to win with, we're simply running them down with barbarians. Take it back now, y'all. That's how we go. So, let's give them a little play test here. Oh yeah, baby. That's fun. That's a very fun opening hand. That is a turn 4 Atali and a turn 3 Nathan. That's awesome. Oh, and we got our secret commander. Nice. Sulphur Springs. And then we're going to Bloodstained Mire to get lands out now that we have enough lands that we want. Going to go get a bad... Oh, thank you. Sorry about that. Steam Vents. Awesome. And we're going to cast our commander, Nathan Drake. Next turn, we swing it with Nathan. We steal cards. Awesome, fun stuff. Great. Then off the back of that, if we find anything extra, let's say we stole a Arcane Signet. We're going to say that's one of the things we stole. We got an Arcane Siggy. Edit this token. All right, let's make our Arcane Siggy here. And then he's got the little hoopla right on the back of the hand. Knuckles. Right, knuckles are right there. Bunk, bunk, bunk. There's the hands there. Got his little wrist thingy. And then he's got his spliff in between his hands, his little arcane Siggy. There we go. Yeah. That's arcane signet. There you go. Little arcane Siggy. I love that. Oh. Oh, we could do some evil things. We can steal someone with Hurl Through Hell, or how much mana can I generate here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I can only make 7. That's okay. So we'll Dark Gritty. 4, 5, 6, Italy. Awesome. Mana Confluence. Lit. Steal a bunch of cards, and Hasty Boy. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Deal a ton of damage. Make a bunch of mana. Have counter spells and ways to exile. Case in point, turn 5, that's some Mongol Empire stuff right there. And we just pretended to only steal an arcane signet. Like, there's so many things we could have stolen by now from other people's decks. Like, it's disgusting. And fun. And fun. Hope you enjoy your Mongol Empire deck. I truly don't know in my heart if I should have committed harder to Jurin here as the commander, because that is the most Mongol commander ever right there. But Nathan Drake just plays so much better and more consistent and more fun and fits the theme. If you could just get a good proxy of Nathan Drake as a Mongol Empire warlord, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. If you guys like this, you can get your own on my Patreon or go to my website to get yourself a custom deck. Merry Christmas. Last but not least for today, Kasaki, let's hit you up. Let's see what you got for us. Let's see what Kasaki's up to. Kasaki, you said, and I quote, "I would like to play Malcolm Keen-Eyed Navigator. Notably." Oh, my sweater. Oh my gosh, where did I get this? My wife bought it for me. Oh crap, where did I get this sweater? I know where you can find sweaters like this. Banana Republic. Banana Republic has a lot of these. I bet this is where this is from. This is probably Banana Republic. Most likely. I think good sweaters are Banana Republic. Oh, dude, my wife buys literally all my clothes. I'm an absolute turd when it comes to fashion since I have none. Hello, DevCat. Malcolm Keen-Eyed Navigator. So immediately I'm confused because I'm thinking Malcolm Keen-Eyed Navigator. That is a partner commander, and you have only given me the partner. Where's the commander? Normally Malcolm is with something else. What's going on? Maybe they met the other Malcolm. And then we read. Hey DevCat, thanks for the awesome Urtet deck you cooked up last time. You're welcome. This time I'm looking at Malcolm. Feel free to add a partner commander if you see fit, giving you more creative freedom with this deck. Very nice. Meaning if you find a partner that interests you more than Malcolm, no longer needs to be the primary theme, only a mechanic. I would be interested in seeing value generation. I like things like Academy, Manufacture, go wild. No infinite turns, please, as we are in bracket 3, $300, flexible. Your favorite ideal date and preferred coffee is an iced caramel macchiato. Ooh, and just some homemade coffee in the morning with the wife. Oh yeah, baby. We love hearing that. I do that every morning. I make my wife coffee every morning. So, I chose as our commander Kedis, Emberclaw familiar with Malcolm. Kedis says, whenever your commander deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to each other player, and that means Malcolm makes 3 treasures every time he attacks. Turn 1, land. Turn 2, Kedis. Turn 3, Malcolm. Turn 4, profit, baby. You like value generation. You like mana generation. I got you, King. The best part about this too is with Academy Manufacturer, that means you make 3 treasures, which means you make 3 clues, 3 food. Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. And that is very good. And on top of all this, every time one of those enters the battlefield, we're going to be smacking everyone with Reckless Fire Weaver. Whenever an artifact you control enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. That means, technically speaking, with just Academy Manufacturer and Reckless Fire Weaver out, we could in fact deal 9 damage to everyone with only Fire Weaver triggers plus 6 total damage out of Malcolm every single turn, baby. Now, how do we find these things? Imperial Recruiter. It allows you to search your library to find any creature power 2 or less. And guess what? Reckless Fire Weaver and Academy Manufacturer both are those things. Now, the good thing is we have backups. Weftstalker Agent or Ardent is also 2 power or less. Awesome. Great card. Very happy they printed more for this deck because it's a great deck and underplayed. But we also want to be drawing a lot of cards in order to keep this up. So we're going to be using effects like Tandem Lookout and, as many of you know from playing Vivi in the newest set, Curiosity and Ophidian Eye as ways to trigger from our Malcolm. Because Malcolm is going to deal damage to 3 people, meaning you draw 3 cards. This is just value Puzzle City. It's so much fun. Now, how much do you like value? We are power balance value, people. That is how much we like it. Power balance, art by Steve Ellis, a good friend of mine, by the way. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may reveal the top card of your library, and if you do, you may cast that spell without paying its mana cost, baby. You're getting where we're coming now. Guild Artisan. Commander creatures you have, whenever this creature attacks a player, if no opponent has more life than that player, you create 2 treasure tokens, baby. You guys are seeing where this is going. This is just about Value Town, slamming artifacts, slamming our commanders, and then eventually using the effects like Weftstalker Ardent, Reckless Fire Weaver, Firebrand Archer, and there's one more, right? There's only 3. Okay, those 3 cards. We're using those 3 cards to ping out and kill the table. Or just kill people with Malcolm. I've seen worse. So, let's give her a whirl. Well, bro. We can't ask for much more than this. We have the lands to cast Malcolm and Kedis, and we have Reckless Fireweaver and Crime Novelist in hand, and Maskwood Nexus. The only thing we could possibly ask for is card draw. I mean, this is pretty nuts. This is a pretty good hand for bracket 2. Pretty great. So we'll draw Training Center and Walker. Draw 3, put 2 back on top. Put those lands back on top. Next turn, draw. I think we want Crime Novelist first. Yeah. Crime Novelist. Awesome. Actually, nah, we just want Kedis. That's fine. Next turn, land, Malcolm. Smack him with Kedis. Deal 1 damage to everybody because it's funny. Next turn. Now it is time to start doing the shenanigans. 1, 2. Yeah, that's how we want to do it. Play a land. 1, 2, Crime Novelist. And then attack in, make 3 treasure tokens. Death Cat, what are you doing, dummy? Reckless Fire Weaver's down here. Why didn't you do it yet? Hold your horses. We doing something kind of weird. So, we're going to save up all of this mana for next turn like it's nothing. And we're going to do something crazy. But we don't want to give away that we're doing this well yet. We're going to play the Reckless Fireweaver after. Death Cat, why would you do that? You could have done 3 damage to everyone. Don't draw attention to yourself yet, young man. You're on the verge of greatness. And they don't know. Hold. Hold, my friend, hold. Next turn. Play land. Attack in with both Malcolm and Kedis and Crime Novelist and Reckless Fireweaver as long as they're unblocked and safe. Kedis will deal 3 to everyone. But guess what? Don't attack yet. Ooh, I gotcha. See? You were like, why am I doing that? Maskwood Nexus. Creatures control of every creature type. That means they are all pirates. Meaning we're gonna make 3 treasures, 1, 2, 3 from Kedis, 3, 1, 2, 3 from Malcolm, 1 from Crime Novelist, and 1 from Reckless Fireweaver. That, my friends, was just 8 damage. Our opponents are now down to 32 life just from that. Then 1 from Kedis, 2 from Malcolm, and then we'll say these are nothing. Whatever. We're only going to track the universal damage. Look at all that mana. Look at all that mana. But guess what? We're going to do something heinous with it. We're going to pay a red. Skirk Prospector. We're going to sacrifice Skirk Prospector. Now, why are we doing this? We want things in our graveyard. Are we still submitting deck rows via the old form? Oops, I should have thought about that. Thank you, Blanimal. I will fix that. We will get deck rows on the website. I thought I had asked for that, but I think I forgot to put it in the website description. I'll get that fixed. I'm adding it to the document as we speak on my other I'll put it up here. Deck roasts. Oops. There you go. Okay. We have 10 treasures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 11 treasures, and we just floated a red with Skirk Prospector, right? Then we're going to pay 2 treasures for Windfall. Hold priority. Sack. Oh, sorry. Not hold priority. Skirk Prospector's out. We sack Skirk Prospector to Flare Duplication, and we make a copy of Windfall in the stack. Then, because we sack 3 treasures, we make 3 red because of Crime Novelist. Let me get the tracker up here. Boop. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Discard our hand. We'll all draw, let's say 6 is the most people have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Awesome. We didn't get anything instant speed. That stinks. It happens. But this hand would have sucked. I'm glad we don't have it. So that all goes into the graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay. This wasn't as exciting as I thought it was going to be, but there's still a lot we get to do. Don't worry. We're not crazy yet. So, sack a treasure. It makes an extra red. And we're going to play Siren Storm Tamer. And then we're going to be playing Captain. What is the original name of this card again? Captain Lannery Storm. Whenever it attacks, create a treasure token. Awesome. Play that out with a 3 red floating. And then, on someone's end step, on someone else's end step, are you ready? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're going to make 16 red mana and dump it into Maskwood Nexus. Oh, we can't dump it. Sorry. We're only doing that once. We don't need to do all that. Goodness gracious. Silly me. We do it twice. Once on their turn, once on the other one when we're back to us. And we're going to make 2 shapeshifters. Go to next turn. Draw. Play out Jessica's Will. Let's say we have to counterspell someone trying to stop it. Normal. Make, 5 red. Exile the top 3 cards of our library. There we go. There we go. We get the Weft Stalker. And we get Pinnacle Monk. 1, 2, 3. And then the 5 red mana. Replay Jessica's Will with Pinnacle Monk. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Faithless Looting. We got Sticky Fingers. And then put all that aside. I'm not trying to confuse y'all. Let's stick to the cool game plan here. When you attack, you're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 treasures. And you're going to deal 26 damage to the table because of Reckless Fireweaver and Wastecker Ardent, and it also deals 9 damage to the table with Kedis and Malcolm. Turn 6, baby. Turn 6 in it. I'm pretty sure we're pretty bad with that. We are so back, baby. We are so back. Guys, thank you so much for watching. That was the last deck that I had done enough testing to make sure would be fun to watch today. We have lots of more decks, and they're all being added to the website. Let me also remember to add them to the website real quick. If you guys didn't catch the beginning of the stream, go back and check it out. The website for defcatmtg.com has dropped. It is currently being worked on, and we're getting the last of it fixed. We did a big what can be better list at the beginning for the website, so don't worry. If there's something you think needs to be improved, it's probably being improved. Thank you so much for watching. Guys, I'm so happy to be back. Glad to be streaming. Next week, we're going to stream so much Magic content. I'm so hyped. And if you're waiting for a package from me, they get sent out tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting me. And thank you for getting to the other side of this very long bridge we've been on. Because it's been a long bridge. A long one. Merry Christmas. God bless. Jesus loves you. Everybody, I cannot wait to show you more decks next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you for watching. See you next weekend.